Welcome to TSR Sports, ladies and gentlemen, NBA fans, San Antonio Spurs fans, and Dallas Mavericks fans. It is the battle for Texas, and tonight its action will be called by yours truly, TSR Sports, and the one and the only Walker, Texas Ranger. Thank you for being here, partner. All right, that's enough of that. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining TSR Sports tonight. It is what it is, the battle for Texas, San Antonio, Dallas. I'm pumped up. The Spurs need a win like nobody's business. While they've been close in the last 3 games, they haven't been able to finish them out. Can they finish versus the Mavericks tonight? Man, I hope so. We need a win. We need a win. They've been playing well, just not well enough. But they're a young team. It's early in the season, and that gives me hope. Hope for the future. Hope that we'll see Josh Primo. Oh, he's in the G League. Oh, well. Just kidding. Good evening, Gabriel. Good evening, Peter. I put up a poll because I was really pumped about the thumbnail. It looks like most of you like it except for 1 or 2 people, but hey, can't please everybody. Why are we going with the 4? Doug McDermott's out. He got injured against the Lakers. I think he's going to be out for 2 or 3 games. Who is starting in his spot? Is it Devin Vassell or Lonnie Walker? I haven't seen the starting lineup yet. I'm assuming, since Lonnie's naturally a shooting guard and Devin's a small forward, that Lonnie Walker's starting tonight. Hey, yo, Leonardo. What's going on, Benjamin? Juanita? Oh, go Mavs. I just paid League Pass 18. I have the, NBA Team Pass. Hello, Wild 30. Go Spurs, go Jesse. Thank you. Rest my if you're just coming in, a way to help the channel. Free, fast, fun, nutritious, and delicious. Okay, maybe none of the above, but it is free. To hit the thumbs up. It's the best way to help grow the channel. And I'm excited. The channel's been growing here and there a little bit with the Spurs content, and the recent Nets content is starting to grow a little bit. My music channel's starting to grow. Just hit 100 subscribers. Just 100. Those first 100 are so tough. None of the next plateau is 1,000. Had my first music video get to almost 20,000 views. So, I mean, it's awesome. Really excited about doing the music thing and continuing to do what I do over here. Good evening, Lucas. We got a channel member in the chat. Whoosh. Thank you for being a supporter of the channel. What's up, RQ3? Go Spurs, go. Go Chuck Norris, go. Thank you, sir. I figured, it's 2 Texas teams. I got to Texas it up a little bit for the game tonight. Avi, what's up? Go Mavs, go. Is that the theme for the Mavs over in Texas? Is it go Mavs, go? Throwing that out there. I'm hoping for a good game, too. I like the Thunder and Mavs chat. Don't get confused. Now, which one first, RQ3? Thunder first, Mavs second. Like for me, for baseball, because I live in Virginia for a decade, I'm a Nationals fan, but the Yankees come first. So it's Yankees and then Nats. So just curious what your order is. The great the green. Well, he's great too. The green Carlos Jeter. What's going on, my man? Hello, Ricardo. Thank you. Ayo. Tyrone, thank you very much for stopping in. You just mocked the Spurs. That's all good. Like both the same. Now, for me on this channel, I call the Spurs and Nets, but it's not even close. It's San Antonio Spurs all the way. I enjoy calling the Nets, although when I've called them, they're 0-2. I have had 2 incredibly beautiful co-hosts, but in both games, the Nets' defense and the rebounding has been absolutely terrible. That team, they need Kyrie Irving. Will he make a trade and get a stopper in the paint? Could they go after DeAndre in Phoenix? I don't know. Good evening, Abe. Jose. Hey, Bunny Girl. Thank you for the super chat. Drops of $5 on me. Says, I messed this up yesterday, but we winning today. Go Spurs, go. Thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate it. Lupe, what's going on? I'm pumped up tonight. Cowboy X Factor. Go Mavs, go. I know that's your team, my man. Hopefully we have a good game. I understand Kristaps Porzingis is out tonight. Last I saw, he's probably not going to play. That's a good thing for Jakob Poeltl. He's had a murderer's row of big men, so I'm actually happy for him. Benji, I don't know who's starting for McBuckets. I heard we're going with a 4-guard lineup, so I'm assuming Devin Vassell or Lonnie Walker are starting in his place. Go Spurs, go is right about there. Hey, Rich Lakers, absolutely choked last night. They're up by 26? You know what? What's probably happening with the Lakers last night, not to make excuses, they played a very tough overtime game against the Spurs the previous night. They're the oldest team in the NBA. I think they ran out of gas last night. Back-to-back games are not going to be good for that team this year. KPS back tonight. Yes, I did see something with his back. The Cowboy happy looking for... Thank you. Happy that KP is out. Now look at Doncic has to carry them. He can do that, though. Thad, No, I think it's a guard. Somebody said it's a four-guard starting lineup. This poll is blocking half the chat. You guys agree, though, 90% or more fire. We got 43 votes. I'm going to end the poll just so I can see the whole chat. It's actually bothering me. I can't see the whole chat. That is much better. It was cutting off half the darn chat. Pirtle Power, Saul 77. He's been looking good. Lonnie got the start. Thank you, Isaac. I figured it'd be Lonnie or Devin. There's a chance. Wow, we're going to have a small lineup tonight. So Keldon at power forward, Lonnie, I'm guessing at small forward. Both those guys are, what, 6'5"-ish? Yak at center, of course, and then our normal guards, Derek White and DeJounte Murray, who are both 6'4", I believe, respectively. Everybody around my height tonight. Thank you for those that voted on the poll. I just took it down because it was blocking the screen. I love the thumbnail. I found that picture of Keldon. I had the one with him holding the ball. I'm like, no. Keldon Johnson is the screaming, making muscles. So I had to go with that. The Lakers are old, Carlos. I mean, you said it yourself, I think, in a stream. They're an old team. They're very talented. Carmelo Anthony and LeBron are both north of 35. Russell Westbrook is north of 30. And Anthony Davis, he's a little bit injury prone. And LeBron's hurt right now. People forget LeBron, as talented as he is, and as diesel and as healthy as been throughout his whole career, he's getting close to 40. And he has a lot of, so they say, miles on his legs from years and years, decades of running and jumping. Eventually, that's going to catch up to you. And, injuries derailed the season a little bit last year. You can't expect to just be that physical for 2 decades and not have your body start to break down at some point. MFFL. I don't know what that means. The good thing about the chat for this game is that we can all agree them boys are, not all of us. I'm a Giants fan. By the way, I changed the setup a little bit. Instead of just having the posters behind me, I hung David Robinson's jersey. So all I had to do was just put a thumbtack up on the wall. So I got DR right here. And I got a Go Spurs Go. That's the TSR Sports jersey with, the channel number on the back. Hope you guys like it. White or DJ? DJ, he started the game 0 for 5. I think he finished 9 for 24 against the Lakers. So he actually shot a respectable 9 for 19 after that. The problem is he missed his last 3 or 4 shots. So it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But he had an incredible triple-double. He is younger than Derek White, so I would probably lean on DeJounte. Stands for Mavs. Oh, Mavs fan for life. Oh, okay. Okay, so SFFL for me. Spurs fan for life. Good evening, Cameron. Joe, I had a great day. Got a lot of stuff done. I'm getting back into the music studio this weekend. I'm going to be doing a Rage Against the Machine cover of Killing in the Name of, but altering the lyrics. The lyrics are going to be a little bit political, so I'm not going to say anything else about it. I don't want to talk about that stuff here. Just I'm having a lot of fun making music. And maybe that could be kind of a calling, since I don't like talking politics. And I'm not going to talk politics on this channel, even though I'm kind of mentioning the word, but not any opinions on this channel. And I don't just want to do a political channel. I talked about it before, but I love making music. And I was like, maybe I can get my thoughts out in music. And it's been a blast. It's been an absolute blast. But let's get back to sports. I'm excited to see what Lonnie can do tonight. And with Doug out, that means maybe Josh could have got some minutes tonight, but he's in Austin now. What the heck? Is DeJounte having a historic start? I know he's the first player ever to have 20-plus points and 15 assists. Plus, he had, 12 rebounds? From New Zealand? Oh, thank you, Anita. New Zealand, in the house. All right. I think Trey Jones will get a chance. Murray has far been in Parker at this point in his career. People seem to forget Murray doesn't have Duncan. That's the one thing, a lot of Spurs fans will, they'll compare it to Duncan and David Robinson, and they'll just be like, Robinson's not even close, or Tim was just so much better. And Tim, yes, I'm not going to argue had a better career. He has 5 rings and 3 NBA Finals MVPs. That's not what I'm debating. But when I see people kind of put down Mr. Robinson, I'm like, you don't realize he was the team for his entire career, for the first half of his career until he got hurt in 96, 97. He was their leading scorer, usually the leading rebounder, leading shot blocker, leading steal guy. Even averaged 4 assists one year. I mean, he was the team. Both are great players. I don't know. I would think the game starts any minute now because it's not a live televised game, so those usually start about 10 minutes after the TV time of 8:30. Sad for Luka Samanic. No, I would not say DeJounte Murray's better than Tony Parker yet. We cannot say that he's, and I think they're saying at this point in their respective careers that maybe DeJounte's a little better. But Tony, people forget, Tony was pretty much unstoppable in the paint. It's not like he was Air Jordan flying through there and dunking it. He just had a killer shot in the paint and layups and runners that just were unstoppable. The starting lineup is Lonnie Walker, Keldon Johnson, Jakob Poeltl, Derek White, and DeJounte Murray. So we are going with 3 guards. Keldon is a forward. Walker can play small forward, but we are essentially going somewhat small ball tonight. I just don't want to see our 4 smaller guys out there with Thaddeus Young at center. That is way too small. Whoa! The great Carlos Cheater drops $30. Go Spurs, go Chuck, go Chuck, go Spurs, go Chuck, go Rich. Thank you for supporting. Oh my gosh, dude. Thank you for supporting the channel. Good evening, Luke. Hey, Rich. Like the. Thank you. Reggie Bullock, Dorian Finney-Smith, Dwight Powell, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Luka Doncic. Kristaps Porzingis is out tonight. Just as an FYI, thank you for the super chat, my man. You didn't have to do that, and you've been doing that a lot, so I can't thank you enough. You've been really supporting the channel. Chris Bosh is your favorite player? He was great in Toronto. Obviously, he was not going to replicate his stats in Toronto in Miami because when he went to Miami, he had Dwayne Wade and LeBron there, and they were obviously going to be the 2 top scoring options for Miami. Yes, Lonnie is starting. Derek Jeter, one of the all-time great Yankees, absolutely. Just a great baseball player. Spurs win the jump ball, and the Spurs need a win really bad. 3-game losing streak. They rank 1st in assists, 3rd in field goal percentage, and 3rd in fast break points. I had to think of them like Facebook points. Keldon with a pull-up jumper. It's an air ball. Keldon, you guys know Keldon Johnson has not hit a 3 yet this year, and I'm not trying to pick on my boy, but he was a really good 3-point shooter. His rookie season was okay last year. He's taken like 10 or 11 threes. He's missed every one of them, and Keldon Johnson's going to get called for the foul on Luka. I hope so, Wild 30. Unstoppable in paint until the playoffs. Parker lost more playoff series than LeBron has finals. It's on TV, Stephanie. Excelente. And Doncic travels. Turnover. Spurs ball. I would think most players have lost more playoff series than players have lost. I mean, the Spurs, well, Parker's 4-1 in the finals. That's a winning record. LeBron can't say that. No offense, LeBron fans. Derek White behind the back pass to Jakob Poeltl for the Thunder dunk of justice. And Jakob has been dunking so much more this year. What a beautiful pass by Derek White. The Spurs, I love the ball movement. And a lot of that is, what I hate to say it, DeMar DeRozan not being on the team means no ISOs all day. That's a missed 3-pointer by Dorian Finney-Smith. Spurs ball. Just ISO, and a lot of players standing around. I love the ball movement on this team. We just need somebody to be that guy. I don't know who it is yet. Lonnie to the paint. Beautiful move. Tries to get it to Jakob. He's going to go flying out of bounds, and it's deflected out by a Dallas Maverick. Spurs and Mavs biggest rival in the NBA? No. No, probably not. I don't think there's any hate between these two teams. And I don't live in Texas. The chat can correct me, but I don't think it's like, the Pacers and the Knicks versus the Bulls back in the 90s. They legit hated each other. Derek White into the paint. Makes the layup, and it's 4-0, 10.5 minutes to go in the first cue. I'd rather have Devin at the 3 than Lonnie. I would too. Pop's going with Lonnie. Hey, this is Lonnie's last year of his contract. Maybe it's good that he's getting some starter minutes. Doncic for 3. Boink, no good. DeJounte Murray with the rebound, and the Spurs up 4-0 to get it out to Derek White. Derek out in 3-point land, pick and roll with Jakob Poeltl. And Keldon Johnson thinks about a 3. He takes the 3, and he made it! Sweet baby Jesus. Keldon Johnson has finally made a 3 this year. Oh, and I forgot to do it at the beginning of the game. And away we go. A little bit rusty. That used to be my opening. Reggie Bullock misses the shot. Derek White launches a 3. In and out. Keldon fights for the rebound, and can't get it. It is Mavs ball. They have not scored yet, but I'm so happy Keldon finally hit a 3. Oh my gosh, I was feeling really bad for him. And teams are going to leave him open for 3. And now a foul. That's a second foul on Keldon, I think. Oh, he in foul trouble. Who's going to be first out? Devin Vassell, you got to think he's coming off the bench. The Spurs are going to be really finally. Red Sox, Yankees, yes. Actually, yeah. Lakers, Celtics was a huge rivalry in the 80s. But Yankees and Red Sox is still, those teams, it's not as bad as it was. But yeah, that's probably the biggest rivalry in sports, Carlos. Good point. 7-0 at 9:22 to go. The Mavs still looking for their first bucket. Doncic starts to drive into the paint, dishes it off, and it's stolen, but another foul on the Spurs as Dwight Powell gets whacked by Yak. Yes, Cameron, he actually made this three, and I'm not trying to pick on him, but he's struggled so hard from the arc. And by the way, Kelvin does have 2 fouls. Devin Vassell has checked in. Wow, Kelvin got to foul trouble against the Lakers, too. What's he doing out there? Dwight Powell at the line, so the Mavs looking to get their first points from the free throw line, and he missed the first free throw. Holy Aunt Jemima. Buenas tardes, mi amigo. Cowboys and Eagles, that's a big one. But I still think the Red Sox and Yankees is, that rivalry is dated back to 1918. And the Mavs have a point. Powell with a free throw. It is Spurs ball, up 7-1. I can't see who has the ball right now. Bounce pass to Jakob, and that's a layup, and that was a beautiful bounce pass. I think that might have been DeJounte, and Jakob coming off a career-high 27. Got 4 points already in the first 3 minutes. Maybe Yak has turned a bit of a corner. And that's a turnover for the Mavs. Derek White will bring it up for San Antonio, sprinting up the court. Launches it out. They go around the world. Lonnie Walker around, open for 3, in and out, and it's going to be Mavs ball. 9-1, 8:40 to go. Spurs up by 8. Doncic pulls up off the glass, no good. Trying to bank the shot, trying to channel his inner Tim Duncan, but he's not Tim Duncan. DeJounte pull up from behind the free throw line. Switch! And we're going to have a timeout. This is a good start for the Spurs. Did I shoot the hat? No, it's actually a Freddy Krueger hat. That's why it has the holes on the side. Or did it get shot? I don't know. Avalanche versus Red Wings. I don't know hockey rivalries, so... another great rivalry. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Vince McMahon. Does that count? Chuck Liddell versus Tito Ortiz. Boxing. They just fought Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. A real mixed martial arts rivalry. Another one that's current. Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. There's some really legit bad blood between those two now. Jesse, I feel it's going to be Becky, but you never know. Brandon's World, thank you for stopping in. Party time. Excellent. Austin versus The Rock. True story. Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. Actually, some of the great rivalries are, actually, Joe, I would say Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady on that one. Mavs and Spurs in the 2000s were good. True. Mustard versus ketchup. Yeah, I know, Cameron. I know. Carm, there you go. I just mentioned it. Andre versus Hogan. Hogan versus Macho Man when the Mega Power split. Evan, absolutely. Let's go. I like the start so far. I know the Spurs are on a 3-game losing streak, but they lost to 3 NBA championship contenders and hung with them and really should have won at least one of those games. They should have beat the Lakers. The Bucks game and the Nuggets game, okay, I'll give you that, but they really should have won that Lakers game. They missed a bajillion free throws in the fourth quarter that would have iced the game. They should be 2-2, but they're not. But you know what? They're a fun team to watch, and I'm interested to see if they play better or worse without Doug McDermott. I'm also curious to see how short the leash will be for Bryn Forbes tonight. I hate talking about it, but you can't ignore facts. Bryn Forbes is really struggling this year. If Pop plays him for 3 or 4 minutes and he goes 0 for 1 or 0 for 2, is he going to yank him out of the game, and is that the last we'll see of him tonight? Larry Bird versus Magic, yes. Ooh, good one, Joe. Sosa versus Mark McGuire. Big Mac versus Crispy Chicken Sandwich. Left Twix versus right Twix. What about my left grapefruit versus my right grapefruit? I'm keeping it PG, but if you know if you smell what I'm cooking, you'll smell it. It's not so much of a grind, Cameron. I'm still on vacation. For those of you that know, I'm not going to go into details because I don't want to really talk about it much on the channel anymore. I am going to start weekly testing November 7th so I can go back to my job. I'm still in the time frame where I can go back. My position's held So I'll be back to work that week. And I've talked about moving, but my job does have a great benefit package. It has a pension, lifetime health insurance. I'm a fool to give that up. Will I go back and go, Jakob Pertl with a huge thunder block of justice. Spurs trying to go fast break, but the Mavs in transition get back. They'll get it to Yak in the post. Back out to Lonnie Walker, and Lonnie bounces it off the foot. And that'll be a kickball off Dwight Powell. I haven't had the Impossible Whopper yet. And you know what? I'm a pescatarian. I should. I hope so too, Mito. Good evening, Gabriel Alvarez. I work for the state of Connecticut. And they say I shouldn't say anything else on my channel. So I work for the state of Connecticut. It's a good job. So Devin Vassell in the paint drives, throws up a little jumper. It's good. 8 minutes to go. Is the World Series Game 3 tonight? I don't think it is. They just played the last 2 nights, right? And Jakob blocks an alley-oop. Doncic goes at him, and then, wow, Dwight Powell turns it over. The Spurs defense is on fire tonight, well, at least in the first 5.5 minutes. Derek White passes it out. 3-point attempt is good by DeJounte Murray. It's 16-1. When's the last time a basketball team had 1 point in the first 4.5 minutes? The Mavs are 0 for 6 from the field. Doncic going against... No, it's not Doncic, is it? Going against Pirtle, and he loses the ball. That's another turnover. Wow. Is that another kickball off Dorian Finney-Smith? 7:09 left. 16-1. Yeah, that Whopper, and it sucks. Oh, it's on Friday. Thank you, Cameron. David, I mean, I'm not going to get too excited. It's early in the fourth quarter, but this is weird. I'm happy, but I was happy in that Lakers game, and that happiness turned to extreme sadness. Lonnie passes it out to Derek White, thinks about a three, pulls it down, drives baseline, over to Devin Vassell for the open baseline three. Boink, no good. Jakob fighting for the rebound, and he gets it. Throws it out to DeJounte, and the Spurs will reset with 11 on the shot clock. DeJounte out to Lonnie Walker. He thinks about a three, pulls it down, drives into the paint, gets crashed into, throws it up, no good, and we're going to have a defensive foul. Lonnie Walker going to the line for 2. 1.5 over 5 minutes, 6:44 left in the first quarter. Clover, I don't know. John Aguilar, what's going on? This is weird. This is, I know it's early, but 1 point in the first 5 minutes and 16 seconds? Seriously, that might be like, it's got to be in the top 10 NBA record for least amount of points in the first 5 minutes. Yeah, Easy E, you ain't kidding, man. James Lil, I'm a little shocked right now. And good evening to you, sir. By the way, if you guys haven't hit the thumbs up, would appreciate it. It does help the channel. And as always, go Spurs go! The battle for Texas tonight. San Antonio and Dallas. Y'all here? Lonnie's second free throw is bouncing around and rolls in. The Spurs hitting some free throws tonight, which I could have used that the other night. Mavs ball. Luka Doncic guarded by DeJounte Murray. Doncic in the post. Throws it up off the glass, and the Mavs just hit their first field goal 5.5 minutes into the game. Jakob Pertl with the ball will get it to DeJounte. Willie Cauley-Stein is checked in for the Mavs. DeJounte back out to Lonnie. Lonnie wheels into the paint, throws up a layup, no good. He's going to get called for the charge. This needed a little too much contact there. People be hating on the Spurs till they see this. Well, homie buddy dude, we need to maintain this throughout the whole game. Cade Cunningham's going to miss his 4th straight game. What's going on with him? Okay. Doncic sort of double-teamed. Turnaround Jay, and he actually throws it backwards pass. Air ball 3, and it's almost saved by Maxi Kleber, but he throws it to the Spurs. Air ball 3. 3 down the other end is no good by DeJounte Murray. I don't like him just running up and launching this 3. You're the point guard. You're supposed to set it up for other players. And now a quick 3 down the other end is no good, and now it goes over the backboard, and the teams are just exchanging misses. Okay. That was Tim Hardaway Jr. with the missed 3. It is you, Carlos Jeter. Did you salute me? Dad jokes. What's going on? KBD got minutes because Doug McDermott was hurt. against the Lakers, and Keldon Johnson, I think Pop didn't like what he was seeing and benched him. KBD played admirably well, all things considered. Speaking of which, KBD's in the game now. Oh, maybe that's why you mentioned him. He played well on defense. Offense, he was hit and miss. Jakob in the paint, little jumper is good. Jakob with a little one-hand jumper. He's been really using that a lot more this year, and he's actually been really successful. I think Jakob is shooting about 70% from the field this season, somewhere between 66 and 70. Doncic wheels it out. Hardaway back around to Kleber for three. Boink, no good. Man, the Mavs struggles from the line. A real Bryn Forbes is in the game, checking in early. Usually he doesn't come in until the second quarter. Gets a rebound. Passes it out to Jonte. The Spurs are really small right now with Bryn out there. He's going to take a three. Good! Hallelujah! Wow, 23-3. Hey, Alpha. Jakob has been great. I like it. I said in a video, maybe, Jakob, I don't think Jakob and Drew are the centers for this team long term, but maybe Jakob and Jak, or Jakob and Jacques, or Jak and Jacques. So I think I'd rather see Zach Collins at power forward. I just feel like, it kills. This is a weird start. I don't know. Yes, Forbes hit a three. That's the second shot he's hit this year. He's now 2 of 12, 2 of 13 from the field. And Gabriel, this is weird. Jesse, that's why I'm not trying to get too excited. Angel, they're in a commercial break, so I can't see the clock. We got a good crowd tonight. Can we get the thumbs up going now? We have triple the people than we do have the thumbs up. Working hard here for y'all. Me and Walker, Texas Ranger. And hey, if you don't hit the thumbs up, he will roundhouse kick you in the face. And that will hurt. You don't have to hit the thumbs up if you don't want to, but it does help the channel, and I would appreciate it. Let's go, Brian. There he is. Brian? You probably got spell checked into Brian. It happens to a lot of folks. Forbes is a shooter. Yeah, he's streaking. And that's why I said give him 10 games. Because 10 games seems like it's enough time. I know you might say it's only 10 games, Rich, but I feel like if you're after 10 games, you're still shooting 10% below from the field, we got to yank you. But it shouldn't take that long for a shooter to correct things. So hopefully this three he just made gets him out of his funk. Because I like Bryn Forbes. Then he came back, and I hope he succeeds for us. I really do. Any player that I might, give constructive criticism to, I want them to succeed on this team, because if they're succeeding, the team is succeeding. If the team is succeeding, I'm happy and you're happy. Thanks, Carlos. It's maybe, you know what? If the Spurs end up crushing the Mavericks tonight, I might have to bring Chuck in more often. Hey, what's up, Neela? NKPC NAPM. I'm just going to use your initials. Thanks for stopping in. Clover, what's going on? It's only the first quarter. Only the first quarter. Mason, I would never wish non-success on any player. Spurs otherwise. I mean, I don't get people, when a player's drafted on their team or another team, like, man, I hope he sucks. I'm like, hope he sucks? Man, can you imagine if somebody said, I hope you suck at your job or you lose your job? That's not cool. We should stack up points while they're struggling, yes. It sure does, Bacon. Go, Spurs, go! There you go, Chubby Cheese. Actually, let me do it right. Go, Spurs, go! Thank you, Johnny B. Nate, he is too small. He's starting at the 3 spot. Keldon's starting at the 4 tonight. They're both undersized for that. Keldon should be starting at the 3. We don't really have a legit power forward, which is why I'm hoping Zach Collins can take that role when he comes back from injury. And have Keldon start at the 3. And hopefully the future centers for us are Jak and Doncic with a runner, and the Mavs have jumped up to 5. 23-5. Drew, you blocks has checked in for the Spurs. Gets it out to KBD. Gets it out to Bryn Forbes. 8 on the shot clock. Bryn in three-point land looking for a pick and roll with Drew. He gets it. He launches a quick 3. Back rims it. No good. Hardaway Jr. with the rebound, and Luka will bring it up. And I can just say Luka tonight because he's the only Luka now between the two teams. No more Luka sandwich. Hardaway Jr. with the jumper, no good. Drew with the rebound. Really viciously grabbed that rebound like he was angry at the ball, like it owes him money. Jonte still in there, drives into the paint. Gets stopped, out to Drew. Drew drops it off to Bryn. Bring back to Drew. Drew into the paint, throws it up, and it hits the bottom of the rim, but we're going to have a late whistle, and I think Maxi Kleber's going to get the foul, or Luka's getting the foul. I'm not sure who did. No offense. I didn't see what you said. The Spurs always find... The Spurs have been finding ways to lose at the end of the game, though. As a New York Giants fan as well, that team, my team there, has been finding ways to lose before the first half is over. Struggle's been real, even though they just won. But they beat a bad Carolina Panthers team. Drew Eubanks' first free throw was good. Spurs up 24-5. Yeah! Oh, you didn't have to... Are they spamming? Oh, yeah. Try not to... Well, they might have repeated themselves because they thought I missed the comment, Luke. That might have been a little trigger, a little too quick. Two's okay. You know, somebody repeating themselves is fine because just for the Wrench Gang, they might have thought I missed the message. But 3 times is what I want you to hit. You know, just be careful with the timing people out. Big block, no foul. All right, now we have a late foul on the Spurs, on DeJounte. I don't know who that's on. Sweet Jones Jr. I like that. 4 for 4 from free throws. Man, better than last game. You take away Kelvin's 7 of 8 from last game. I think the Spurs shot 5 of 14 from the free throw line. Yeah. You could say, well, that's all Jakob. Jakob, I think, was 1 of 5. That's a miss by Luka in the paint, which means they're 4 of 9. That's still well under 50%. That's 44%. That's just terrible in the NBA. KBD for 3. Back rim, no good. 2 spam max. Why? Nice. Baseline 3 is no good for Jalen Brunson. Yeah, as people start getting egregious with it, but I sometimes repeated myself in chats because I thought the owner missed my, the channel person, the person speaking missed my message, so I did it again. So sorry about that, eh? Hopefully you're still here, and you're welcome back. Doncic out in 3-point lane, guarded by Bryn Forbes. Huge size advantage. And the ball's going to be deflected out of bounds by KBD off a pass. Jacques is not playing yet. What's up, Christian? Thank you for stopping in. Remember when the Mavs had a top league player, a bunch of cast face, but instead of signing good players, they brought back the exact same team, ran off one of the best coaches in the league, and hired Jason Kidd? Wow. Cancer Bro, what's going on? Sasha, thank you for stopping in. Josh Primos can't play tonight. He's with the Austin Spurs now. The Spurs sent him to the G League. It was expected. Still a bummer. He's a lottery pick. Most teams play the lottery picks. Wow. Jalen Brunson just runs by our whole defense and gets a layup. And I think Pop just called a timeout. How dare you let them get to 7 points? Better late than never. Are the Bulls good again? Joe, I've heard they haven't really beat anybody. This is the worst start of the Mavs in history. What in the world? Is it the worst start? Is that official? Beantown Breakdown. Do you have power, my man? I hope you're doing well. Big storm out in Massachusetts. He said they had like 80 miles per hour of winds, 7 inches or 5 inches of rain. He's like, how is it down in Connecticut? I was like, I didn't even know there was inclement weather. Now, I'm in central Connecticut. My man Bobby from Beantown Breakdown is over by the shore. By the way, if for whatever reason, and I don't know why, but if you are a Boston Red Sox, New England Patriots, Boston Bruins, or Boston Celtics fan, make sure you sub up my man Bobby from Beantown Breakdown. He's in the chat. He covers all 4 teams. He's a New England sports guy. He does a great job. He's a good dude. And someday we're going to meet up. We're about 90 minutes from one another. A mosquito-like defense. Nice. Take Drew out. Is Luka Doncic is playing Cruz, if that's what you mean. Where's Trey Jones? On the bench, as usual. He will be recalled to play against easier teams. It's just weird because Devin did get to play last year. Not a ton, but he got to play. And Josh played 2 games. He looked good in very limited time. And now if he starts destroying it in the G League, which I hope he does, I'm talking like 20 points per game plus, he won't be there very long. The Bulls played the Pistons twice. Drew's defense is very suspect. Spike Roshi, how you doing? Spike, he dunks a lot and he blocks some shots, but he does have some other issues. KBD in the paint and almost turns the ball over, unfortunately for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson stepped out of bounds when he had the ball. It's going to go back to the Spurs. No power. Oh, dang, bro. Is there an ETA for power to come back? Big limit of good guys. Yeah, Cruz, I feel the same way. Spurs ball. Drew with the ball. Gets it to Forbes. Forbes wheels it out to Devin Vassell for an open three. Back rim, no good. Man, the Spurs are back rimming a lot of their shots now. 2 minutes remaining. 25-7. Oh, weird game. Very weird game. Jalen Brunson passes it out. They go around the world, and open three on the baseline is good by Reggie Bullock, and the Mavs have double digits. They have cut the lead to 15. Devin Vassell with the ball. Back out to, can't see who that is. I think it's KBD. KBD back out to Derek White. Derek White starts to drive into the paint. Back to KBD. KBD in the post, guard by Maxi Kleber. KBD off the glass and just a total brick. Kata's offense has not looked good tonight. Defensively, I can't complain, but his offense, I think he's I don't know if he's hesitating. He doesn't get a lot of playing time, so there is that. Weird he's getting so much time, though. That runner is no good, and we have a foul, and we're going to have 2 free throws for the Mavs as Jalen Brunson is going to the line for 2. Saturday. Kellen's on the bench. He's got 2 fouls. Man, I expect the Spurs at better. Yeah, the free throw shooting the other night was inexcusable. First free throw is no good. You know what? The Mavs are shooting like the Spurs did against the Lakers. Which young Spurs do you think had the most potential? You got to put Josh Primo on that list now. Even though I was a huge fan of his draft pick, he's 18. I think his potential is very high. We're seeing DeJounte now hit his potential. I think he's close to his ceiling, though. He could be like a 28-8 guy. I'm not sure much more than that. He missed both free throws, but the Mavs get the offensive rebound. 3-point attempt is good. And that's what happens when you don't box out. You give a second chance opportunity. I don't even know who just got that. Who's number 21 for the Mavericks? I don't have a number 21 on my cheat sheet here. My first time watching the Mavs this year. I'm sorry. Can we somebody look up number 21? Drew Eubanks back to Bryn Forbes. Forbes thinks about a 3, pulls it down, and traveled. Kenny does hustle spike. I just Breezy. The Spurs should be pumped up. This group is not scoring Cortez. This group is not scoring. I don't like this lineup Pop has. This lineup is sucking. And now a layup by Willie Cauley-Stein. They're totally giving up the entire lead. This lineup is not the answer. Rich, I'm going to send you a video of what the... Okay. Derek White way out in 3-point land. Yeah, this lineup is... I'm sorry. I hate to be critical, but it's... The game is completely turned around for the Mavs. Derek White, fadeaway jumper is short. And the Mavs can hold for the last shot. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brunson gets blocked by KBD, and that's going to be the final score. Yeah, this lineup is oh, it's Frank. I have him listed as 11. Is he 21? Oh. He's 21. All right. Never mind. I did not realize that. My bad. So Frank is number 21. I must have mistyped it when I grabbed the roster off ESPN. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Much love in a HR appropriate way. Yeah, because I had Frank down here. I'm like, he usually plays. All right. We'll just change that. I can't say his last name. Frank Nidalina. Zachary points. Oh, that's all our ranking? Oh, those are Yak stats? Wow. Yeah, 10-point. I got to change it to quarter 2. I got to get on that. The Spurs were blowing out the Mavericks, and then Pop went to the bench, and the bench has not done well. Bobby, it won't be during the game. My phone is off. I turn my phone off when I'm watching the game, so there's no distractions, but I'll check it out after the game. He was 11 with the Knicks. Have you seen Clan's new... I have not. I saw the one where he... Oh, wow. Pounding the Rock, I think, mentioned him, which is really cool. He got some exposure on a website because of his Josh Primo poll. I don't get a chance to watch every one of his videos, to be honest with you. I'll watch a few here and there, but I don't get to see everyone. Doug McDermott's out, so I think he's trying to put somebody out there who are a little more defensive minded KBD, but he is not our best offensive weapon. Ronnie, he did hit a three to start earlier, but now he's missing everything again. Oh, good, Beantown. Our leading scorer? I think Yak has 6. Is Jakob Proto our leading scorer right now? But man, when he came out and Drew came in and Bryn came in, boy, did the team just and KBD came in, it all went to most improved. Yak, DJ, or Kelvin. It's way too early, Clifton. Kata, and I don't think Kata's a defensive liability. He can be a bit of an offensive liability. When Bryn is struggling, he can be a liability on both ends of the floor. I mean, if we're just talking through Yak probably. I mean, I expected what I'm seeing out of DJ and Kelvin. Yak is, I mean, he just had a career high 27. And he's been playing well against some of the best big men, or the best big men in the NBA. So Yak is definitely surprising this year. Yak is back in the game. It's Yak, Derek, KBD, Lonnie, and Kelvin. So I guess KBD playing power forward right now. Pull-up jumper is no good for Reggie Bullock. RB can't make it. Kelvin bring it up for the Spurs. Kelvin is in foul trouble. He has 2 fouls. Got to be careful not to pick up a third in the second quarter. Kelvin drives, passes it out to Derek White. White's pull-up jumper from the free throw line, in and out. Is Derek scored? I feel like Derek White is having a very slow night. Maxi Kleber with the ball back out to Frank N, because I can't say his last name. Saved my life. Give and go pass. And they go around the world. Maxi back to Frank. Frank for 3, and it is a total brick. Spurs get up to Kelvin. Euro steps, pull-up jumper, and he just Euro stepped right into his defender and totally blew the shot. That's not how a Euro step works. You don't Euro step into the defender. You Euro step around him. Missed 3 down the other end. Both teams just laying bricks right now. I actually could see a foundation of a house out on the court. Trey Jones is out there. Hey, number 33. There he is. That is Walker, Texas Ranger. I saw the 30. I thought it was Kate. No, that's Trey. You're right. That's Trey Jones. Trey Jones is in the game. I just saw this. I just saw that half the jersey, so I assumed it was KBD. But you're right. That is Trey Jones. Tim, we'll see on Bryn. Good to see Trey in the game. Yak with the ball way out in three-point lane. Gets it over to Lonnie Walker. 12 on the shot clock. Lonnie dribbling. He will get it to Kelvin. And Kelvin, all sorts of out of control. Misses the shot. Another brick. Kelvin is struggling against Lakers and struggling tonight. A runner in the paint, and that is good by Jalen Brunson. I believe those are the first points of the second quarter. 10 minutes, and the Spurs have 0 field goals in the last 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Wow. Lonnie Walker for 3. Air ball. Holy crap. Air ball. I mean, they're fun to watch, Bobby, but they, wow, they are struggling right now in the last 6 minutes. They should have beat the Lakers, Bobby. They went into overtime, and they lost in OT. They missed like 7 free throws in a row in the fourth quarter. Some were by Jakob Poeltl, which is expected. Devin Vassell and DeJounte Murray both went 0 for 2 from the line. That 3 is no good. Maxi Kleber, and it's a Lonnie Walker rebound. It's raining out tonight, Bobby. Hope you're doing well, by the way, with everything. Lonnie in the paint, and he passes it right to Dallas. That's not your team. I know they're a Texas team. Mavs ball. Maxi launches another 3, and that's no good. This is ugly basketball. There's been 2 points in the second quarter. Trey Jones will handle for the Spurs. Can somebody make a bucket for San Antonio? Derek White's going to launch a 3. Front rim no good. What in the what? Homie, this is terrible. Reverse layup is no good. The putback is good by Dorian Finney-Smith. The Spurs haven't scored in like 8 minutes. This is ridiculous. You think one of these would just go in by mistake? Trey Jones pick and roll with Jakob Pertl. Jones pull-up runner off the glass is no good. Ever since Pop changed the rotation middle of the first quarter, the team has just completely fell apart. That three-pointer is no good by Reggie Bullock, and both teams ice cold. Kelvin Johnson, pull-up jumper, no good. You gotta be kidding me. This is ugly basketball. Runner in the paint is good by Dorian Finney-Smith. It's a 4-point game. How much were the Spurs up by 1 point? Over 15? They have zero offense right now. I can't believe what I'm seeing before my eyes. Nobody can make a shot. Jakob drives in the paint, throws it up off the glass, and it's good. And Jakob takes it upon himself to score. All right. Three-pointer the other way is good by Jalen Brunson. It's a 3-point game, 7:45 to go. Right, Mr. Balaga? Lots of bricks. Jakob with a jumper in the paint, bounces in and out. I hate to say this. Pop killed this team's momentum. Maxi Kleber for 3, good. Tie game. Pop totally killed momentum when he changed the lineup halfway through the first quarter. It's a tied game. The Spurs were rolling, and as always, he has to go with his freaking set rotations, not going by game flow, but going by the damn minutes on the clock. Ah! I'm sorry, but it's just, if your guys are on fire, leave them in there. That's first lead for the Mavericks. Long 3 by Jalen Brunson. This is ridiculous. The Mavs were down by 20 in the first quarter. This is absolutely ridiculous. Yak in the paint. I'm sorry. I am so angry at this team right now. And I'm angry at Pop. Jakob stepped out of bounds. That's a turnover. Rants, the team was rolling. They switched up the lineup, and as soon as and it was only like halfway through the first quarter, maybe 5 minutes left, and everything went downhill from there. It's not the 90s, Zachary. The time rotations, 25-5 to 29-30. There you go, homie. I do not, AC. I don't really like calling the NFL. I just react to the NBA now. Yes, 25-5 to 29-30. We have a timeout right now. CJ, I think Pop's going to retire after this year. But this is going to draw anger from some Spurs fans that want him to retire, seeing the team rolling, and then you go to the bench a little too early, and then the game just totally flips. Chuck Norris might be a Mavs fan. Good point, Lucas. Thank you for supporting the channel, being a member. Yeah, this is... Evan, this is... I'm in shock right now. We were up by 20. Up by 20 at one point. Trust Pop, they say. Jonathan, he's one of the greatest coaches of all time, but I don't believe in every move he does, and I'll speak out against it if I don't agree with it. And I did not like the lineup he had in there. They had Drew out there, they had Bryn, they had KBD. That lineup. Try not to swear in the chat though, guys. You know, darns, gosh darn it, dang it. Yeah, you drop the H-E-double-L, hell's okay, but we blew a 20-point lead like that. Giant Pixel, interesting name. Lakers blew a 26-point lead against Thunder yesterday, and the difference in that, Giant, is the Lakers are coming off a back-to-back, off an overtime win, and they're the oldest team in the NBA. I legit think they were tired in the second half. I didn't watch the game, but I'm thinking that's what happened to them. There's no excuses for this. We were off yesterday, fresh legs. I really don't know what to say. I think he's still experimenting with the lineups, and he probably figured, I have a big lead, I'll experiment with a lineup, and let's experiment with lineups in the fourth quarter when you have a 20-point lead with like 5 minutes left, not when you have a whole game left. I see it's going to be, I think it'll be Becky Hammond. I think a lot of fans are hoping Manu could possibly be the head coach. He's part of the organization right now, with player personnel on and off the court. They're back from the timeout. The game should be start back any second. Where's Doncic? Perry, he started the first quarter. He's probably coming back now. The Kelman foul trouble didn't help, but the team was still rolling when Kelman went out. When Kelman went out and Devin came in, they were still rolling. It's when they took Yak out and brought in Bryn Forbes, KBD, and Drew Eubanks. That threesome was just oogly. Another three is good by Jalen Brunson, and Jalen Brunson is now all of a sudden Steph Curry. He's just launching threes at random. Kelvin drives, throws it up off the glass, no good. Yak with the offensive board, the putback, no good. Oh, good grief, he's going to the line. Yes, Sirski, I don't know. Bench points for the Mavericks, 21. Spurs, 7. There you go. I think time rotations do kill flow. I do. I think you need to, I understand having players play on minutes, but if the opposing team still has a lot of their starters out there and your starters are rolling them, keep it going. And he will miss the first free throw because he can't shoot a free throw. He's like 25% from the line this year. He started abysmally last year, and then he turned things around and got his free throw percentage to just under 50%, but he's right back to missing everything, and he just barely hit the rim. We're down by 4. We were up by 20 in the first quarter. I'm going to change my channel to Depressed Spurs Fan Sports. Maxi Kleber for 3. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Jacques Lindell has not played yet. This is now turning into an embarrassment. DeJounte Murray's jumper is no good. I'm literally shocked right now. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. Brunson for 3, no good. We were up by 20. We're now down by 7. Baseline 3 is good for Bryn Forbes. Hallelujah. That's Forbes' second shot tonight, which is twice as many shots. It's actually the same amount of shots. Actually, it's double what he hit previous to this. He only hit 1 shot before that. Kleber for 3. Both teams just launching threes now. Bossmark TV, this is an OMG. And I'm sorry, I don't want to be negative, but DeJounte drives in the paint and gets rejected by Kleber. It's hard to be positive when you watch your team just totally just give up a huge lead and then go down. The bar is not very high for Forbes to be doing better, though, unfortunately. It's very, very low, but I'm glad he's hit a couple shots. Breezy, they brought the bench in early in the first quarter, and that just derailed the team at that point. It is Spurs ball. Forbes with the ball again. 10 on the shot clock, getting harassed out in three-point land. Forbes will get it to Yak. Yak with 4 on the clock. Back out to Dan Vassell. Vassell, nice behind-the-back dribble. Launches a 3, and it's good! 1-point game. I'm playing like the Pacers. Are the Pacers bad? I try not to pick on the team. I'm really not. I'm hoping we win, and they shut me up. Wow, Kelman and Dwight Powell, a lot of contact. Both players, lucky they didn't get whistled. 6 on the shot clock. Wide open 3 from the baseline is good for Dorian Finney-Smith, and all of a sudden the Mavs are hitting all their threes. By the way, we have 4 on the clock, if that's your thing. Yak in the paint, throws up the layup, no good. Swats it out. Offensive rebound for the Spurs. Forbes with the ball. Back to KJ. KJ will drive to the paint. The little jumper is good. Kellen needs to get rolling tonight, too. Gabriel, the Spurs were up by 20 at one point. 20. We do need our fourth quarter guy, and I don't know if we have that yet. That three-point attempt is no good by Finney-Smith, but the offensive board goes to them. He thinks about another one, gets it to Luka Doncic, who is checked back into the game for the Mavericks. He pulls up for 3 over Jakob. Oh, my Lord. Dallas is now on fire, and the crowd is going nuts. The players are going off the bench. Momentum has totally switched from over behind Chuck to over here. Unbelievable. There you go, Cherry Soho. Golden State Mavericks. They're hitting everything now. They couldn't hit anything the first quarter. Now everything's dropping. Chuck Norris R might be a bad thing. Nah, it's the battle for Texas. I want to keep him here for the rest of the stream. I brought him in. I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. I mean, it's turned into a close game. It was a blowout. It's not a blowout anymore. So there's that. If we lose, this is on Pop. I don't know if you guys go to Spurs Talk. That's a really good website. I like the. They've been a little slow with their game reviews. Usually, they do a report card an hour after the game, maybe 2 hours. Now they're not coming up until the next morning or early afternoon. But they grade everybody. They do a wonderful job. I used them a bit as a reference last year when I was doing the report cards and the regular. I'm very curious what the critique is going to be of Pop after this game because the momentum did shift when we went to the bench a little earlier than I would have liked. Hey, it is what it is. It's still a lot of time. We've got to win this game. Yeah, we need Primo. We need Selena. Well, the Spurs lost with Selena against the Lakers. Rich, you kind of look like Chuck Norris. You know, if I grow a beard, I would definitely be kind of Chuck looking. Spurs plus 6 was looking a lot better. Yeah, looking a little rough right now. It's still a lot of time, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, if anybody's new to the channel, Spurs fans, thank you for being here. Mavericks fans, thank you for being here. I am a primarily basketball channel. I cover the Spurs the most on the channel, as that is my team. I live stream. I'll probably live stream most of their games. I don't think I'm going to do the nationally televised game against the Grizzlies on ESPN. I think I'm just going to chill for that night. So I'll probably take a game off here and there. I'll try to do at least 75. Also, if I have time and there's a game I want to see, I'll call the Brooklyn Nets. They're my local team. I live in Connecticut. There's 2 former San Antonio Spurs on there. And I'm hoping at least one of the teams that I cover, the Spurs or Nets, make the playoffs. But both right now are struggling. And the Nets, man, they need Kyrie Irving like nobody's business. You slain his name in vain. Never. Go Mavs? Fair enough, Jasper. I mean, hey, I miss Brittany. Brittany's in my music room. I wanted to sleep early. Looks like, not Ronnie. No going to sleep early now. Christoph, I don't know. Rich, ready to face Mahomes? I'll be calling the Spurs game. You're gonna have to keep me posted on the score of the game. I think it's gonna be a shootout. To be honest with you, Kyle, the Giants are gonna have all their wide receivers back. The Chiefs' defense is not good. Our defense is missing 2 key starters. I think that's gonna be a high-scoring game. It could be a fun one. The Spurs were up 20 points with 4:49 left in the first. I want you to think about that. Up by 20 with 4:49 left in the first quarter. They're now down by 5. They're down by 5. Oh, Christian, nobody's giving up on the Spurs. Definitely not. Bring churros on the next game. That might help them win. Churros? Churros? What's that? Is that a food? They took a 3-pointer away. Wait, why did they take a 3-pointer away? Wow. They took 3 points away from the mat. Whoa. It's 39-37. Exactly, Will, which is why he's not going to get traded to anybody. And now we're going to have a foul on the Spurs. Offensive foul. I thought it was a dessert. I don't know if last time I had one. Oh, Doncic stepped out of bounds on his 3-pointer. The back of his foot hit the line, so on the replay, they took the 3-pointer away. There you go. Not halftime yet. 3 minutes and 25 seconds left. Doncic into the paint. Pass it off to Dwight Powell. Powell with the layup, and it's good as he Euro steps. 41-37. Charles Barkley. He is a fun player to watch back in the day. The round mound of rebound. Devin Vassell will drive into the paint and throws it up. It's good. And 1. Wow, that Doncic stepping out of bounds was really close. It was like a 16th of an inch over if he was. Just a foul, no and 1. Spurs ball, 14 on the shot clock. DeJounte Murray will take the inbound pass. Pick and roll with Kelvin. Pick and roll with Drew. Now just running around. Bounce pass to Drew, and it's going to get picked off by the Mavs. Yeah, knocks on wood. 41-37. Mavericks up by 4. 2:45 left to go. That 3-pointer is no good. I think that was Doncic who launched a 3. I was looking at the game clock. Spurs ball nonetheless. Keldon with the ball. Drop it off to DeJounte. DeJounte pick and roll. Drew pulls up from the free throw line. It's good. The game? I'll show you the game. The game! Triple H. That's the game. That's the only game I can legally show in the United States. Luke Allen, 3-point land, guarded by DeJounte, looking for a pick and roll. DeJounte with 7, 4, and 3, maybe on his way to another triple-double. Powell in the paint, misses from right in front of the rim. Totally Jakob that one, and then gets blocked by Drew Eubanks on the putback. It's out of bounds off Drew, but that's 2 misses in a row by Dwight Powell. Good evening, Butterfly. Marco Bellinelli over Ben Forbes. Marco Bellinelli! Nelly! Can't really do that anymore because he's not on the team. He's not. Bulls 4-0 first start since 1996. They had a really good player on the team then. Who was that? Can't remember who it was. A couple good players. Doncic wheels it out to Brunson. Brunson back to Finney Smith and travel. Offensive foul. It's turnover either way. DeJounte is an overrated. Wow, Sean. No love for DeJounte Murray. Randy, I didn't like it either. No, DeJounte Murray, it's 0% chance he's going to the G League. Not happening. But I was hoping Primo gets some minutes. Forbes launches a 3, gets fouled in. No foul, but he got the shot. Bryn Forbes with 3 3-pointers tonight. Finally starting to hit some shots. A very awkward, difficult, off-balance 3. Thought he got hit, he didn't. Brunson's going to launch a 3. And that's no good. Devin Vassell with the rebound. The Spurs up by 1 with a minute and a half to go. And this has turned into a game. It started as a blowout. DeJounte pull-up jumper is good. Goes to the line and launches it. At 100 likes already. Let's get to 200. Yeah, Bryn, we do see you. We need that Buck Forbes. Yes. And Dwight Powell in the paint with the layup. We need Milwaukee Bucks, Bryn Forbes. You know, the 10, 11 points a night in about 18 minutes guy. DeJounte crosses over to the post, double team, tries to get into Yak, and errant pass. That's a turnover for the Spurs. And now foul down on the other end on Tim Hardaway Jr. It's in Dallas, Robert. Jesse, that was a Marco Bellinelli type shot. He liked taking him off balance. 1 to Lesh, go, Spurs, go. Absolutely. It's been a long time since I've been here, but I always say payback desperate. He got paid, didn't he? DJ loves a foul line shot at the Kerm. He does. 2 free throws, and the first one is no good. The Mavs are really struggling from the line tonight. I'm going to be interested to see their halftime stats. I feel like they're shooting like 60% from the line or worse. See, Trizzy, what's up? He says, let's go, Mavs. Primo, the little Kobe, I can only hope. Oh my gosh. 1, that'd be great for our team. Obviously, that would be fantastic for our team. But if he was that type of caliber player, that would blow up my channel too because we'd have a superstar. And people ask, how do you grow your channel for basketball? I'm like, follow if your team have a superstar. And DeJounte with another quick pull-up jumper, really starting to take over the offense for the Spurs. 45 seconds left. The Mavs are in the bonus. Mavs can try a 2 for 1 here very easily. And I think they're going to. Doncic with a pick and roll, takes off. Picks up his dribble, and back out to Brunson. It's going to be deflected out of bounds off Derek White. It'll stay with the Mavs. 9 on the shot clock. Is me, Carl? It is. It's the green Carlos Jeter. Green Hornet, Green Arrow, Green Hulk, Green Giant. Oh, Green Giant. I'll take Steph Curry. Definitely. Powell loses the ball out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Mavs. 6 on the shot clock, 29 on the game clock. What the heck are Mavericks anyways? I forgot. Are they like horses? Maverick? That's the guy from Top Gun, isn't it? Doncic way out in three-point land. 3 on the shot clock. He's going to launch a long 3. And it's good. Wow. Wow. That was a deep 3. And we've seen him do that many times before on game winners too. Spurs can hold for the last shot. DeJounte with the ball. Crosses over. Whistle. On the Mavs. Maybe they had a foul to give and they were just throwing one out there. Sekou TV, thank you for stopping in. Jakob the Little Shack. Their free throw percentage is similar, but their domination in the paint, not quite. Shaq was just a monster in the paint. 7 foot, 300 pounds. Yak, not anywhere close offensively to Shaq. Free throws are very close. 5 on the clock to get it to Yak. Yak will get it out to Derek White. Back to Bryn for the 3 at the end of the half. Bryn Forbes has found his shot. Hallelujah. The Spurs will retake the lead in what has turned into a very tightly contested contest after the Spurs were up by 20 in the first half. Nope. There we go. Total fail, my little /9. Bryn Forbes, I'm happy for him, guys. I hate picking on him, and I finally can hopefully leave him alone. 49-47 at halftime. We got 123 humps up. God. You can hit the thumbs up. Would appreciate it if you haven't done so already. It does help the channel. It's fast, free, fun, nutritious, and delicious. And it looks like that. I know a lot of people will check out during halftime to go, I don't know, go to the bathroom, read a paper. People still read papers. So we'll look at some halftime stats while we are in halftime. Halftime is usually about 15 minutes, so the game should resume at about 9:50. Just to let you know that. People always ask, when's it coming back? Usually about 15 minutes. Let's look at our halftime stats. I always look at the opposing team first, so that would be the Mavericks. So let me pull up their box score. All right, for Dallas, their starters, Reggie Bullock with 3, Dorian Finney-Smith with 7, Dwight Powell with 5, Tim Hardaway Jr. with 1. Okie dokie, he's got 1 point. Luka Doncic with 7, and Doncic actually having a rough game. 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 4 from beyond the arc, and he's only got 1 assist and 0 rebounds. So he's got a line of 7-0-1. That is very much not Luka Doncic-like. So he could certainly turn that around in the second half. He's got 4 turnovers too, and the starting lineup for the Mavs from the line are 2 of 4. If you add their bench in, they're 2 of 6. So they've only taken 2 free throws, but man, they are 6 free throws, but they've only made 2 off the bunch. I was looking at Jalen Brunson's name. Off the bench, Jalen Brunson, 13 points in 15 minutes. He's been on fire, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. Willie Cauley-Stein has 0 off the bench. Maxi Kleber has 6. And Frank Nicolina has 3. THJ will go off in the second half. For the Spurs, starting lineup, Lonnie Walker only with 2. Both free throws. Lonnie off to a slow start. Keldon Johnson with 5, but another poor shooting performance. He did hit a 3 finally, but he's only 2 of 7 from the field. Jakob Poeltl with 6. He's 0 for 2 from the line, unfortunately. Derek, actually, out of our starters. Oh, wait, we have 4 free throws out of our starters. Not many free throws in this game. The Spurs are 4 of 6, and the Mavs are 2 of 6. Anyway, Derek White, 4 points, having a quiet night. 2 of 6 from the field. DeJounte, our leading scorer with... Nope, not our leading scorer. Leading starting scorer, 11 points, having a better shooting night, shooting 5 of 8. He's got a line of 11, 3, and 4, so not quite on pace for a triple-double. Off the bench, Devin has 5. Forbes is our leading scorer, 4 of 5 from the field, and they're all 3-pointers. He's got 12 points to lead the Spurs right now. KBD with 0. Okay. Drew Eubanks with 2, and Trey Jones with 0 as well in 5-16. I'm going to throw some stats at you here as well, because some people like the plus-minus, but look at the chat real quick. We keep picking up injury-prone goofballs like Collins. I hope Zach Collins really shows Spurs fans something this year. Mavs always catch fire after halftime. I don't want to hear that, the champ. I don't want to hear that. Go Mavs, go. Alrighty, Chris. Try Avion Solutions, Inc. What's going on? We did blow a huge lead. For his body language, yes. Yes. He looks so much better tonight. What was the stat I was going to show you? Oh, a lot of you like plus-minus. Here's some interesting stats. Lonnie, -1. Kelman, -5. Jakob, +12. Derek, -2. DeJounte, +23. So for all the DeJounte Murray haters, and there's some, and it's okay, you're entitled to your opinion, the Spurs are +23 tonight with him on the floor. When you look at the bench, +11 with Devin, -2 with Bryn, KBD -5, Drew and Trey Jones, -10 with Drew out there, -11 with Trey. Now, I don't think that's all Trey's fault. When Drew was in there, the team was just +12 with Jakob, -10 with Drew. And I like Drew a whole bunch, but this is why I feel like the Jakob-Drew connection doesn't work. There's just too many holes in Drew's game. And I'd like to see Jacques Lindell starting to get minutes at some point soon. I mean, I know he's a rookie, but he's played. He's got a lot of playing time in his career. Get back to the game. How do I go back to the game? Up to the game. There we go. Watch live. Struggle's real, apparently, for TSR over here. All right, watch live. Spurs feed, please. Thank you. Spurs feed. Spurs feed. Bryn Forrest better not choke. I agree. What I say, don't give up on us. Never want to give up on a team. They're showing it's another one of these acrobat things. I don't like these halftime shows with this girl jumping on the bendy balance beam. The girl I saw the other night took a pretty nasty spill. I mean, they're cute, but I don't want to see somebody get hurt. No, I really don't. And this seems really dangerous. No thanks. Double J, Yak and Yak. That's what we need. Jacques and Yak. I always screw up their names because they're so... Yak and Jacques. It messes me up every time. DeChamp, balance is good too, but that was kind of last year. We had a bunch of guys in double digits. Aside from DeRozan usually leading us in scoring, we always had a bunch of guys in double digits, and we need that guy who's going to be the guy who's going to average 20-plus points per game, and we don't really have that yet. Randy, it's going to be this year or never. I mean, he's got the chance to be the guy this year. And time to move on from Thad, absolutely agree 100%. I think they're going to try to trade him before the break, or they might pull what they did with Marcus Aldridge and just let him go somewhere else. It is the exact same. I think it's a different girl, though. Or is it the same girl? I don't remember what she looks like. Is it the exact same halftime show? Under pop, no player can become the comeback kid. What? Do you mean elite? Good evening, Jaden. 10-7 Packers lead. Who are they playing? Packers and a NFL team. I got nothing. The comeback kid, the Spurs have had elite players. David Robinson was elite. Now, he was before Pop. Tim Duncan was elite. I love Parker and Manu. I don't know if I put them as elite. And when I mean elite, you can build a franchise around them. Kawhi Leonard was elite. So we have had, and George Gervin was, of course, elite before my time. Who's going to be the elite guy in this current squad? Do we have him? I don't know. Is he in Austin right now? I don't know. With Deshaun to Miami, where do you think Tua goes? I don't know. I forgot about it. Has Tua been that bad, Kyle? I haven't been following his career. Has he been just kind of average or below average? Arizona, Packer. Oh, that's a good game. Green Bay and Arizona. Rodgers versus Kyler Murray. Arizona's undefeated. J.J. Watt out for the year, though. Man, J.J. Watt, I was looking at his career. He could easily be one of the greatest, if not the greatest, defensive players of all time, but he just missed too much time. Way too much time. I know some people will say I'm biased as a Giants fan saying Lawrence Taylor, but looking at Taylor's career, he was dominant for 10 years in a row with the Giants. And I look at J.J. Watt, and he was absolutely dominant for 5 years. But since those 5 years, a couple injured years, a good year, another injured year, and much like Rob Gronkowski, Gronk is one of the greatest tight ends of all time, and J.J. Watt's one of the greatest defensive players of all time. But when you look at their career, Gronk had a run of 5 or 6 years where he was the best tight end in football, and then the injury just caught up to him, and he's been good since then, and good last year, good this year. But when you're starting to that GOAT conversation, you need, maintaining that for a decade is just incredible. Maintaining it for 5 years is incredible too. I mean, I don't know. That's my 2 cents. Let me look at the chat. Let's see what's going on in there. TSR, who would win? Chris Bosh versus David Robinson? David Robinson. Way too athletic. He's a bigger player. Bosh is a good player, but we're talking about... I don't think Chris Bosh is one of the greatest 75 players of all time. I don't think he made the list, did he? Whereas David is. David's a former Defensive Player of the Year, a former MVP. Bosh has none of that under his belt. Shout out to my boy Josh. Shout out Josh. SSDT, well, I mean, I'm a football fan. And I know nothing about rugby except that it's played with a ball. Is it a ball or it is a ball-shaped, right, object? I don't think JJ gets the credit he deserves since he played for it. Now, Kyle, he's a great player. The problem is he's injured so much over the last 5 years. You look at players like Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White, that were good for over a decade. Yeah, it's like Terrell Davis. He's not mentioned in the greatest running backs of all time because he had a short window. He was fantastic for what, 4 years? But he's not going to be the same conversation of Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, Emmitt Smith because they maintained their greatness over a decade or more. Any Collins to be fit so that we can. I like Zach Collins at power forward if he can stay healthy and be the player that the Blazers thought he can be and be the player that we think he can be. My ideal starting lineup next season would be Zach Collins at power forward and have a legit, big guy at power forward, Kelvin at small forward, Yak at center if he's still showing us he's the guy, and then still Derek and DeJounte Murray if the Spurs still believe that's the backcourt. If they decide to put Derek to the bench and start Devin or heck Josh Primo, so be it at shooting guard. All Stars are more a popularity contest, AV, than how good you were. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, yeah, I don't really think that. I mean, really? And you're also in the Spurs chat, so I'm pretty sure Jesus would win Sugar J Cherry, and Robinson would agree with that. I think Robinson destroys Bosch with his athleticism. I mean, their careers are. I mean, David Robinson scored 71 points in a game. Granted, that was against the Clippers, but if you compare their two best seasons individually, it's not even close. And David Robinson played in a much more difficult era than Chris Bosh. David was going against Hakeem Olajuwon, one of the greatest centers of all time. Patrick Ewing was there. Shaquille O'Neal. Alonzo Mourning was in his prime when David was playing. Probably forgetting somebody. Dikembe Mutombo. I mean, there was a murderer's row of centers when centers dominated the game when David played. So he had extremely stiff competition. Collins is too soft. I hope he doesn't end up being Randy. Last time the Giants played the Chiefs, the Giants. Really? How long ago was that? Pretty average at best, Kyle. Devin has played Brandon. What's up, my Hulk man? Sup, buddy? Can you shout out to my. Sure. What's up, Ryan McLovin? Forbes is 4-5. Knicks up 12 against the Bulls. The Bulls haven't lost yet. It could be Aving, but you're really comparing David Robinson and Chris Bosh. I want you to think about that. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. David Robinson is a former MVP as well of the league. MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year. This is apples and oranges. I hate to say it, and I think Spurs Nation would agree. You're comparing apples and oranges with Chris Bosh and David Robinson. What's this? I don't even know if Zach Collins will even play. We have Jacques Landale. But Jacques a center. Zach has played at power forward, so I think that's, the goal. I think Austin starts November 5th. Austin Spurs. Shaq is still mad about those. So yes, he is, Easy E. Last game of the year, they were tied at 29.3 points per game. David had the earlier game, and he scored 71, and Shaq just said, I think Shaq still scored 32 in his respective game. That's cool, lady. All good. It's all good. I'm being honest with you. I mean, I could be biased too, but David is just on a different level than Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh is a very good player, but just not. And as much as I'm a David Robinson fan, if you say Hakeem Olajuwon versus David Robinson, I'm going to say Hakeem. We've seen them go up against each other once, and while Hakeem owed him that one playoff series, that's all I really have to go off of. And the regular season meetings too, but Hakeem, his dream shake was unstoppable in the 90s, and David, as good as he was, Hakeem was just a little better. I hate to say it. If David didn't miss those 2 years in Naval Academy, maybe it would have been an even better player. But that's the what-if game. Doug is hurt. David Robinson was the last player to have a quadruple double, but Russell Westbrook had a quadruple double last night. He had like 20 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 turnovers. That counts, right? Isn't that a quadruple double? But yes, David Robinson had a quadruple double in the game. He has led the league before in scoring, rebounds, and blocks. Yes, that is true too, Lance. He has led the league in scoring, rebounds, and blocks. And I think he was top 10 in steals one year as well. He was ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yes, Hersky, the Spurs should be up, but they're not. Kayla 5, Bosch was good in Toronto, Miami. The problem was, not the problem, but in Toronto, he was the guy. He was their primary scorer. The reason his scoring went down in Miami is because he was not the number one option on the offense. He was the number 3 option. LeBron James was the number 1 option there, then Dwayne Wade, and then Chris Bosh. So if Chris stayed in Toronto his whole career, he might have been a different player, but we'll never know. Back to the game. Jenna, good evening. Harden also had that quadruple-double before Bacon. Belichick became a great defensive mind because he had LT. I would agree with that. I mean, when you have one of the greatest defensive players of all time, it's not hard to be a great defensive coach. And Jakob Pertl, no, rejects Doncic from behind, out of bounds, though. It'll stay with the Mavericks. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Great job by Jakob. I remember that spike. Doncic passes it out for 3, and dang it. Reggie Bullock for 3. Man, they're really hitting their threes now. They struggled so much to start the game, but now they're all going in. It is Spurs ball. Lonnie Walker with the ball. Now to Derek White. Derek will get into the paint, pulls up. Nope, throws it over, throws it out of bounds. Turnover. Nice. The opponents get excited. Russ takes mid-rangers since he misses so bad. He's not a great shooter. Who caught Brett Favre's last pass as a Packer? Oh my goodness. I have no idea. No idea. That's going to be a foul on Yak. Ooh! And actually comes down on Dwight Powell at the back of his head. I don't think that's a flagrant. That was incidental contact, but Dwight Powell takes a hard shot, and he is a little shaken up right now. Joshua, I like the new offensive use of Yak, too. Yeah, he actually, maybe they might get a flagrant on that. He actually gave him the people's elbow right on his head. Unfortunately, AV so far this year, well, actually the last few years they have. It's Spurs ball. Wait, what? I don't know what happened. I thought that was a foul on Yak. It's Spurs ball. The foul must have been after a travel or an offensive foul. Okay. Lonnie Walker pull-up jumper is good. Pop rotations need to... I would like to see the rotations. Yeah, I think he's still experimenting. See, Trizzy, what's going on? And that shot's no good. Yes, Cruz, I was looking at it. David was 7 feet tall, absolutely ripped. And yes, when he was in his 20s, he could move like a guard. Absolutely ridiculous speed for a man of his size. DeJounte pull-up from before the free throw line, bounces around, and finally rolls in. Spurs up by 3. DeJounte now our leading scorer. The Pacers seeking their first 4-0 start since 2008-2009 season. Doncic almost loses the ball in the paint. And it gets picked off by Lonnie Walker when he tries to pass it. Derek White trying to go fast break. Throws up the layup. It's good. I think the foul is before the shot. Will that be a clear pass? I don't think he had a clear pass. Jesus Sandals in the chat. KBD. Bob. I don't call anybody DBE. I don't know a DBE. There's a KDB. Keita Bates Dia. I don't know a DBE. Non-shooting foul. It is Spurs ball. Yak with the ball. Gets it over to Kelvin Johnson. Johnson way out on three-point lane. Will give it over to Lonnie Walker. Walker looking for a pick and roll with Yak. Drives to the paint. Off-balance jumper is good. Nice shot by Lonnie. Spurs back up by 5. James, are you a Spurs fan or a Mavs fan? Gotta let it go, Luke. We gotta move on. That three-point attempt is no good. Dwight Powell with the rebound. Back out for another 3. That one's no good. And it is Spurs ball. And then picked off by Dorian Finney-Smith, who just missed the 3. And then picked off by DeJounte Murray. Wow, back-to-back steals. It is Spurs ball. 9:20 to go in the third quarter. If this rotation gets the lead up again, Pop better not screw with it, or I will scream. I will scream. I'm telling you right now. Derek White starts to drive and just loses the ball out of play. Just lost his dribble. I am looking like a cowboy. That's why I got Walker, Texas Ranger. It's the battle for Texas, the Spurs and the Mavericks. Don't stop believing in Spurs basketball. basketball. That was terrible. Anyway, Mavs ball. Powell with the ball on three-point land. He'll launch the three. He will miss the three. The putback by Doncic is no good. Yak with the rebound. Spurs up by 5. Lonnie Walker open for 3. Takes the 3 and misses the 3. And Doncic will bring it up. Luka will bring it up for the Mavs. There's only one Luka on this court now since the Spurs cut their Luka. So we just have Luka. Baseline 3 is good. Dorian Finney-Smith for 3. I suspect the new Wilson basketballs are too slippery. Really? It is a Freddy Krueger hat. It actually is a Freddy hat. We have a timeout. Who said that? I just missed that. Joshua, yes. Mavs the king of Texas. Tyron, I have no idea in the Super Bowl. World Series, I don't have a pick, but I hope the Braves win. No offense, Houston Astros fans. Just they won more recently, and there's a lot of sketchiness around their win, so I'm rooting for the Braves. As far as basketball teams, the king of Texas... If we're going by championships, the order would be the Spurs with 5, the Rockets with 2, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the Mavericks have 1. So that would actually be the order. If we're talking about current season, then it would be Mavs. I have no idea how the Rockets are doing, so the Mavs would be first there. But if we're talking historically, lifetime, Spurs would be first. Mariner and Norman, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. I live in Texas and rarely see Cowboys. I'm sure you don't. Luka Samanic, the best Luka out of all Lukas? No. Yeah, AC, I didn't want to say it, but yeah. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, they did get caught cheating. I mean, they got their manager got in trouble for it, and I think the organization got in trouble. The Rockets are the worst team in the NBA. Okay, then the pecking order would be the Mavs, Spurs, and then the Rockets. We are close to 150 thumbs up, my friends. If we can get to 150, that would be appreciated. The thumbs up looks like that. Thank you, Pop. Avy, thank you. I didn't know the Rockets were the worst team in the NBA. I had no clue. They're in a rebuild. We're in a rebuild. All good. You said it for me. Thank you. Welcome back, Sasha Jake. You're a cowgirl. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande. I don't rope cow because I don't know how. I don't know. Same here, one delish. Do y'all think the Lakers will trade Westbrook? Really? You're calling a Russell Westbrook trade, Jachan? Do you think he's messing up their team chemistry? They have a lot of new players on that team, and I think there's maybe too many mouths to feed when you have Westbrook, Anthony, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. There's only so many balls to feed on. That was not the sentence I was looking for, but you know what I mean. There's only so many shots that can be taken. Rockets are 1-3, same record as the Spurs. The Rockets have 3 18-year-olds. Do they really? Water. Just drinking water. Just a little H2O. Nice. Old Jason Kidd. No beer here. No, Pirtle's only 26. He's in his 5th year? He was a lottery pick. I can't remember if he was 9th or 11th. Derek White for 3. Air ball. Oh my, Derek White not having a good night. Wow. Air ball. That's not what I'm looking for. It is Mavs ball. That three-pointer is good. Tim Hardaway Jr. off the screen. Mavs retake the lead, 56-55. 7:50 left to go in the third Q. Yak with a little touch jumper, and it's good. Those little finesse jumpers have been going in more often than not for him. 57-56. Luka step back 3 over Keldon is short. Derek White with the rebound. The push of pace. Keldon with the fast break and loses the ball, but he was fouled from behind it. That's clear path, isn't it? Keldon was going to go up for a dunk and got fouled from behind. Is that clear path? They change these rules all the time, so I always forget. I guarantee y'all Packers will beat Cardinals tonight. Faux show. White needs to be taken out. He is struggling on offense. Dwight Powell been getting attacked all game. The man is garbage. Wow. I mean, they don't have Kristaps Porzingis tonight. Keldon at the line for 2, so that just is getting a regular shooting foul. Game looks like it's going to be close. Yes, AC. It went from a blowout to spit does happen. It does. You're right, man. Keldon missed a second free throw. His free throw shooting has really been rough this season. He's been very streaky. He was 7 of 8 versus the Lakers, but he's about 60% otherwise. Luka with the ball, guarded by Derek White. Give and go to Powell. Powell misses the dunk, but we're gonna have a no foul. I think that might have been a block by Jakob, or at least affected the shot. Jakob with the ball right now, gets it to Lonnie Walker. Walker pull up, nope, back to DeJounte. Thinks about a three, pulls it down, crossover back to Keldon Johnson. Johnson takes off towards the paint. The little runner is going to not be good. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. That's going to be off of Reggie Bullock, Spurs ball. KJ's been struggling. White is consistent on defense. I will give you that. Is Keldon taking free throws, shooting less from beyond? Unfortunately, I think he is, Zachary. I think he is. Keldon will inbound the ball. They'll have 14 on the shot clock. 6:56 left to go. Spurs up 58-56 over the Mavs. This was a 20-point game in the first quarter. DeJounte with the three-pointer off the inbound pass is good. DeJounte, so far tonight, shooting much better than he has all season. Hey, Phil, what's going on? The starting lineup was killing it. Doncic with a little runner is good. And we went to the bench, and the bench absolutely blew the lead. The combination of Drew Eubanks with KBD out there was not good. DeJounte pull-up jumper, a little too much on it. Dwight Powell with the rebound. I hope it doesn't go to overtime. I'd like an early night. I hope the game's done before 11. But I'll be honest with you. Had overtime versus the Lakers, I'm good. Luka pull-up jumper is good, and we have a one-point game. Too close of a game. It should have been a blowout, Polo J. Unfortunately, Butterfly, lately, yes. Derek White thinks about a three. Gets it to the paint. Out to Lonnie Walker, who's open for three. Lonnie's three is good! If you only knew the power of the dark side. Hello, Adam. Severino, Oval. I don't think Jacques going to get any time. Pop is going with Drew Eubanks. Lendell's a rookie, but he's also like 25 or 26 years old and has played a lot of years overseas, so he has experience. Dwight Powell with the jumper in the paint. Now he's doing this. Is he looking for a foul and just didn't get it? I guess so. 5:37 left in the third quarter. I mean, Bono came over, and didn't he get minutes his rookie year? And he was like a 26-year-old rookie now. Jacques Lindell is no Manu Ginobili, but we don't know what Jacques Lindell is because he's not playing. DeJounte way out in three-point land. Wheels it off to Lonnie. Lonnie will drive in the paint. A very difficult jumper is no good. Yak with a putback, and it's good. Turtle power. T-U-R-T-L-E power. T-U-R-T-L-E power. Teenage Mutant Turtle power. Turtle power. Luka with a runner. It's good and one. Wow. 66-64. When in doubt, go with Lonnie. First quarter leads in the NBA are virtually meaningless. That's true, Corey. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Amy. More likes. Handy War, yes. More likes. More thumbs up. More of these. Do it. Do it. Why do you think Pop isn't giving him minutes? Your guess is as good as mine. Did the dude win an MVP overseas? Free throw's no good. Maxi Kleber with the offensive board, and it's Mavs ball. Spurs not cleaning up. Three-point attempt is no good by Tim Hardaway Jr. I don't know why Jacques Lindell's not getting any minutes. Maybe he's not looking good in practice. Yeah, into the paint, and Jakob Poeltl loses the ball but gets it back out. Bryn Forbes is checked in. He takes a baseline three. Good! Oh my gosh, Bryn Forbes is on fire! And the Spurs have you know what I'm saying. That's a miss down the other end. DeJounte Murray will wheel it up. Wheel it up, what's that mean? And now a foul on the Mavs. KBD is checked in the game. Man, this team really went when KBD was in there last time, but they're keeping Yak in there. It's very low scoring, yet a key. Bryn Curry. I'm so happy he's finally hitting his shots. I gave him a 10-game window, and he's doing it in Game 5. I was rooting for him, and he's playing well tonight. Keep it going, Bryn. Vassell also in the game for the Spurs. Bryn Forbes out in three-point lane looking to get it to Yak. Yak going against Willie Cauley-Stein, who's checked in for the Mavs. Back out to DeJounte. DeJounte is knocked over. Launches it back to Jacques. Thought he was tripped. No foul. Bryn Forbes with the ball again. Vassell's wide open. They'll get it to Yak in the paint, and Yak can't make the shot. Vassell was just like out there making a sandwich beyond the arc. Just like, hey, anybody? Nope. Okay. Luka with the runner. No, it's an alley-oop to Willie Cauley-Stein, and he throws down the hammer with a huge dunk. Headband power faux show. DeJounte tries to go around Luka, passes it out for an open three to Devin. Front rims it, no good. KBD fights for the rebound, and DeJounte gets the ball back, throws up another shot, and that one is good. The little jumper in the paint. Nice job by KBD getting it over to DeJounte. 71-66, 3-3-3 left in the third quarter. Paul, yes, he does need to prove the doubters wrong. And he's having a spectacular night so far. Luka with a little runner in the paint, and it's good. Looked like he was going to do a behind-the-back pass, and then he pulled it back around and threw it up off the glass. Nice moves, kid. Nice moves. And now a whistle, and that's going to be an away-from-the-ball foul on the Mavericks. Or on the Spurs. No, that's against the Spurs. Offensive foul. Mavs ball on Pirtle. I did not like Halloween Kills, King Switch. I wasn't a fan. I do love horror movies. I still think the first Halloween movie is the best out of the franchise, which I think most people probably would. I didn't like the characters. They brought in some new characters, and I don't want to spoil the movie. A lot of the new characters he brought in, especially Anthony Michael Hall's character, did not do it for me at all. So overall, I didn't like the movie. The beginning scene was fantastic. The first, 15, 20 minutes? But after that, I thought the movie just went downhill, and then the ending was just, I mean, they're setting up the next movie. It was predictable. Mavs ball. Fadeaway jumper is good. Who shot that? Who dat? That's Jalen Brunson, who killed the Spurs in the first half. 2:48 to go. 1-point game. Rich, have you seen Child's Play? No. Drew Eubanks in the paint, throws up a layup, and it's good. I went to watch the first episode, and it's not even free anymore. They wanted to charge me $3 to watch it. I said, I'm not paying $3 to watch this. So I'm not going to be watching it until all the episodes are free on TV. It is Mavs ball. Cauley-Stein for an open three. Brick City gets gets the miss into the paint. Another miss. Mavs still have the ball. Another three-point attempt is good. Well, nothing like a second and third chance opportunity. Come on, man. Was that Frank Nicolina? I guess it was. Also headband power. Vassell drives to the paint. His runner is very short. KBD with the offensive rebound. And now a whistle on the Mavs. Brunson's playing very well off the bench. It was King Switch, but they redid it, and it looked like it was shot in the 70s. They did a really good job. Yes, rebound for crying out loud. Chuck Norris threatened Bryn Forbes. And the Spurs turn the ball over. Minute 58 to go. Tied game. The champ, thoughts on... What is that emoji? Who's that? I'm not sure who that's supposed to be. I don't know what that is. No, I don't keep the light on, Kyle. I don't give out candy, especially now during, crazy world. Avy for 10 years old. Yeah, I wasn't even watching basketball when I was 10. Of course, in 1987, basketball was not really... Timeout, by the way. Basketball was not as popular as it is now. Michael Jordan was just coming into his own, and then in a few years, basketball became just a worldwide phenomenon. A squid? Is that what that is? What is a squid game? Is that slang for something? I was trying to think of it was a sports thing. What is a squid game? I'm totally lost. Korean TV series? Never heard of it. I have no idea what that is. That's probably why I'm confused as heck. I've never heard of it, so I'm sorry. I don't have Netflix. Don't have Netflix. Vamos Spurs, vamos Glaber. Unless you're saying vamos Cowboys. Not vamos Cowboys. Vamos Mavericks. Vamos. I don't think Boban's playing. Kalo 5, I don't have Netflix. I can't watch something on a channel I don't have. It's #1 show in the world? Shows you how much TV I watch. I watch basketball. I watch the NBA. I watch the NFL, and the Disney Plus TV shows. And I am finishing out The Walking Dead because I've seen every season, so I'm just staying with it till the end. But the last show I watched was, besides The Walking Dead series or season finale, or half season finale, whatever they call it, WandaVision and Loki. Yeah, that sounds about right. No, Boban is out. Okay, Boban out. I haven't seen him, so I assumed he was not going to play. I'll just take him off the roster. Alice in Borderland over Squid Games is basically the same. But I think Alice in Borderland. I've never heard that either. I know there's a Borderlands video game. As a Mavs fan, it brings me great joy to see teams wrestling their stars against the Spurs. Nice, Jajamp. Hocus Pocus is a great movie. Never seen it. Now, Nyan, thank you for being here. Got a channel member in the chat. I'm waiting for Marvel Eternals. I can't wait to see She-Hulk. I'm a huge Hulk fan, so I'm hoping the She-Hulk TV show is, good. Trey Jones is back in. All right, kid, let's see what you got. Minute 54 left. Tied game. It is Mavs ball looking to take the lead. Jalen Brunson getting harassed by KBD on defense. But getting into Willie Cauley-Stein, out to Maxi Kleber for an open three, and it's good. Dang it. Whoops, not on my scoreboard. And just like that, the Mavs are up 3. Spurs ball. Bryn Forbes gets it to Drew Eubanks. Eubanks runs over. Is that going to be a charge or a block? I think we got the call. I didn't see who he ran over, but whoever it was got pancaked. We're showing the replay now, and it was Maxi Kleber just got run over by Drew Eubanks. Hawkeye, yeah. Champ, there is a rumor World War Hulk is coming out. Oh my gosh, the World Breaker, World War Hulk. I'd be very happy if that happens. Drew Eubanks' first free throw is good, so he is at the line for 2. A minute 25 left in the third quarter. Sparkling to a full bat and a. Wait, he wasn't GAY. Wasn't he dating the girl in the movie? Missed a second free throw. Almost gets his own miss. It gets deflected to KBD. KBD cross court. Devin Vassell for 3. Misses it, and it is Mavericks ball. Spurs are in the bonus. Let's tank. No, Shaq. It's a Shaq. Shaq. Shaq in the chat. No tanking. Spurs don't tank. Maxi Kleber for 3. It gets blocked by KBD. KBD showing some ups. Getting it. No. Still, yeah, champ. He never did get his rematch with Thanos, but he did do the most important thing for the good guys. So there is that. He did have that moment. But no, he didn't fight him at the end of the movie at all. That's weird. Brunson into the paint. Pull-up jumper, no good. Drew Eubanks with the rebound. Of course, his arm was all jacked up too, so I mean, he would have got owned. Let's be honest. 48 on the clock. KBD with the ball. Spurs can 2 for 1 here. Very much 2 for 1. Bryn Forbes gets the ball. Wheels it out, and Trey Jones takes the ball back to Bryn Forbes for 3, no good. And he has made most of his threes tonight, so I'm not going to beat him up for that. 33 seconds to go. Mavs ball. Actually, they could kind of 2 for 1. Wide open 3 is no good for Frank Nicolina, and the Spurs will hold for the last shot. I'm sorry I can't be a channel member. Oh no, don't worry, Avi. Not a problem. I don't know, DeChamp, is he? Trey Jones with the ball right now. Spurs in the bonus, and we're going to have a foul, which means 2 free throws for the Spurs. I will never ask anybody to donate money or be a channel member. That is entirely up to you if you want to support the channel. I'm not going to ask for that. What I will ask for is for thumbs up, because that helps the channel, and it's free. So that I will. If we're at 157, still looking for 200 thumbs up. We have not even close yet. I'm looking for 200. Let's make it happen. I haven't had a Spurs stream not get to 200 yet. Counting on you, Spurs fans and Mavericks fans tonight. The Fresh Prince of Dallas. Galactus versus Thanos. Have they ever fought in Marvel? I feel like Galactus would beat him unless Thanos has the gauntlet. Second free throw is good. We got a tied game. Trey Jones with 2 free throws. 7 seconds left. 6, 5, 4, 3. Jalen Brunson gets fouled by Trey Jones. Spurs probably had a foul to give. The bonus means that every time you're fouled, you go to the free throw line when you're in the bonus. That's what that means. So if you hear a play-by-player say the team is in the bonus, every defensive foul moving forward is 2 free throws. Get the ball in. Brunson sprints into the paint, misses the layup, and that's going to do it. We got a tied game, a good one, going into Q4. Spurs were up by 20 in the first quarter, and now we have a game. I don't like blowouts, so whatever. Doug McDermott is hurt. Mariner and Norman, he's out. Also, make sure you get the new medium 2-topping pizza deal at Papa John's. Nice, Jack. You're welcome, Ninian. Member for 4 months. That's right. You get a free, when you're a member, you get like, is it 1 a week or 1 a month? You get a free like super chat type, free super chat thing. So that's something they're giving for members too now, which is really awesome. You get like a free super chat a month, I think, or a week. I don't know. A day. I really don't know how it works. 25 more likes at 200. Let's get it going. Call bonuses Peloton and Philippine basketball. Okay, Carlo. My name is Rich Varon. R-I-C-H. Rich. Austin drops at $5. Where's the game clock? Austin, I decided not to put it here this year because I really wanted to focus on calling the game, talking to you guys, and just having fun with the game. The game clock, well, it wasn't very hard. It was constantly wrong because of the clock coming off the NBA screen sometimes, or the game coming back from a commercial break and I can't see the clock, and just constantly starting and stopping it. It was annoying. And I was like, I just want to, enjoying the game first and foremost is what I want to do when I'm calling these games. So I give out the time, throughout the game. But thank you for the super chat, my man. Says Jake, I'll be covering the playoffs. The 2 teams on this channel, Spurs are number 1. That should be obvious. If the Nets make the playoffs and the Spurs don't, I'll follow the Nets completely through their playoff run. They're looking rough right now. If the Spurs make the playoffs, I'll follow them, of course. Yeah, I get pretty nutty during the playoffs. I'll give you a thumbs up if you say the Spurs are a little... Nope. Iron Man versus Thor is a good match. Yeah, not worth it. Not worth it. Hello, it's Coach Pop. Hey, Coach Pop! Just letting you know we are going to tank this season. I'm sick and tired. If we're going to tank, then play Josh Primo. I've been saying it for the last couple years. If we lose naturally, so be it. But let's see what the young guys have. The young guys are out there this year, and they're playing well enough to win. They're just not winning yet. What's up, Francisco? Yeah, Paul, they're my local team. I live in Connecticut, so I'm going to get the games anyway. It's something to do if I'm not, call their games here and there. And I get to see 2 former Spurs, Patty Mills and LaMarcus Aldridge. And I get to see some of the best players in the world play. Kevin Durant, James Harden right now is not the same player with the rule change. He is definitely not adjusted yet. Exactly, man. The game clock disappears at times, so I just don't want to fight it anymore. It's too much of a headache. I want to enjoy the game first. It is Spurs ball to start Q4. We got Lonnie, KBD, Devin, Drew, and Derek. KBD's pull-up jumper is no good, and Keita baits the up. And out there for his offense. I don't know if we should be running plays for him. No offense, KBD. I don't know if him shooting jumpers is the key to victory. Speaking of jumpers, Jalen Brunson's had a very good night. He has the ball right now. We'll pass it out. And a running awkward layup is no good by Frank Nicarina. Derek White with the ball right now. Out to Devin Vassell. Back to Derek White. White will start to drive in the paint. Almost loses his dribble. Pass it out to Lonnie Walker. Lonnie will watch the corner. Launch the corner 3. Lonnie Walker. 3-point lead. If you only knew the power of the dark side. Happy I can. That's my Star Wars trilogy of impressions. Almost a turnover from the Mavs. Dorian Finney-Smith with the ball, drives on KBD, loses that out of play. It'll be off KBD. It'll stay with the Mavs. 3.3 on the shot clock. That's right. Go Spurs, go 69 football jersey. That's a TSR Sports jersey. It says TSR Sports on the front. Exactly, Benji. Close the game. Close, close, close. Always be closing. ABC. And Finney Smith can't get the shot off. That's a shot clock violation. Drew Eubanks was literally standing in front of him like this, and Finney is like, could not shoot. That's actually kind of funny. He's got a Clover, I think a back injury. Thank you for the commentary. You're truly engaging with the... Thank you, the champ. I try to be. I try to. Which is one of the reasons I don't have a game clock now either, so I can be more engaging with you guys. Lonnie for another shot. Another three, no good. It is Mavs ball pushing the pace up the floor into the paint, and a layup is no good by Frank Nicarina. I just rolled the letter. There's no R's in his name. Whatever. Derek White out three-point land, starts to drive, pick and roll. Drew Eubanks into the paint. Off-balance jumpers, an air ball. Oh, my goodness. That's a second air ball by Derek tonight. At least two air balls. And now a frustration foul by Derek. Troy, let's go Spurs. Thank you. I try to do good commentary. Two air balls by Derek tonight. No, we don't regret drafting Primo, not at all. Joshua, I don't know what's wrong with Derek White tonight offensively. Baseline three by Dorian Finney-Smith is good. It's a tied game, 79-all, 10 minutes remaining. Devin Vassell starts to drive into the paint, throws it out to Lonnie. Lonnie, pull up from behind the free throw line is good. And we're going to have an offensive foul on Drew Eubanks. Shot's not going to count. Maxi Kleber has 8 blocks tonight. Are you kidding me? Wow. Primo Rookie of the Year, I hope, Nate, if he's got to play. Yeah, Derek is not playing well offensively at all. Basketball is a mental game, too. Once you start missing shots, Maxi Kleber for 3. 3-point game. 9.5 minutes to go. Nice shot, kid. Derek White drives in the paint, runs right at Maxi Kleber, throws up the layup. It's good. And one. All right. Apparently, Derek is looking at the chat while playing, and he's like, oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? I'll show you something. Derek's been good at points this year, he's not had a completely bad year. He's definitely been solid defensively. Last week, he averaged 2.3 steals per game, 6.7 assists, and a block per game. So he's been good. Just people, I think, the expectations might be too high, but he is struggling a bit tonight. The pick and roll at the 3. Yeah, it sure is, Edgar. Kleber has 5 blocks. That's still good, too, homie. And he's coming off the bench. Feels like 8. Fresh Prince of Dallas, indeed. Give Lindell, he's not going to get any. How's Portal? Jakob Poeltl, Troy? Okay, he's not having the night he had against the Lakers when he scored 27, but he's having a good night. Derek White at the line to tie the game up. I see a super chat I'll get to in a second. It's good. And then Dan drops a $5 on my face. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Appreciate you. Let me give you one of these. Go Spurs, go! Tied game, 9:20 to go. Mavs ball. DeJounte absolutely bugging Reggie Bullock with the ball. DeJounte has checked back in. So DeJounte, Derek back in, KBD, Lonnie, and Jakob. So most of the starting lineup. Nice runner off the glass by Jalen Brunson. He has been just beating the Spurs up tonight, scoring from very vastly different areas all over the court. Derek with the ball again. Back out to Lonnie. Lonnie, a 3-point land, 12 on the shot clock, looking for a pick and roll with Jakob. Gets the pick, gets the roll. And now it's taken off towards the paint. Throws up a high layup, and it's good. Nice job, Lonnie. I want to see more of that. He is so ridiculously athletic, and he's been really driving to the hoop and finishing the last few games. Doncic back in, and an alley-oop to Dwight Powell, and he throws in an alley-oop layup dunk. Like it wasn't a dunk, it was like a catch and mini layup. DeJounte with the ball right now for the Spurs. Pick and roll with Yak. Just going to launch a 3. Front rims it, no good. Not a bad shot, but it did not go in. 86-84, 8-11 left in the game. Luka out in 3-point land. Luka starts to drive into the paint. It gets deflected by Lonnie out of play. It'll stay with the Mavs. Oh, yeah, VPN? No, it's not. No, let's not use the R word. It has nothing to do with YouTube. It's something with countries, and yeah, it has nothing to do with them. Another supporter of the channel has to use VPN to support the channel. My man Carlos. So it's It has nothing. It's just something where you're from. And Doncic with the runner in the paint. And now the Mavs up by 4. They are a young team, Paul. Yes, they are. Clover rooting for his Mavs. Or her. I don't know your gender. Your Mavs. There you go. Yak to Derek White. Derek starts to drive, gets into the paint, throws up a layup, and it's good. And we might have an injured Dwight Powell. He went down, grabs his leg, and he has fallen, and he has gotten up. Okay, he's okay. Good. 2-point game. Jalen Brunson will just take a little runner, and he has been so good for the Mavericks tonight. Dang, Jalen Brunson's on fire. It's a brick house. Emilio, how you doing? Going for the Mavs? Thank you for stopping in, Mavericks fans, and of course Spurs fans. Lonnie pulls up for 3, takes it down, pulls up after a step over, no good. And Jalen Brunson with the rebound. Jalen Brunson just so good tonight. Mavs ball, Doncic crosses over Derek White. And we're going to have an offensive foul apparently on the Mavs. Keldon Johnson's checked back in for San Antonio. Brunson, yeah, Cleaver, we have 184 thumbs up. We are so close to 200 of these. We have a timeout. Can we get 16 more, my friends? Chuck is counting on you. I don't know, Edgar. If you're just coming in, the Mavericks were down by 20 in the first quarter. And they could have easily just given up. They have fought back and fought hard. And very frustrating first quarter if you're a Spurs fan. And start of second quarter, watching your team have a massive lead and just absolutely give the lead up. I don't know, Kyle. We don't get to see Jacques Lindell play. Well, let me know what you think of this. Now you're just being ridiculous. And now you've threatened me. And I do not negotiate with terrorists. Thank you, AC. Yeah, Troy, there's still a lot of time left. But I'm getting a little nervous because the fourth quarter has not been kind to San Antonio Spurs players or fans the last 3 games. We have struggled closing. Thank you, Paul. I like to see DJ, Lonnie, Devin, KBD, JP as the starting lineup and have... I don't see that happening, to be honest with you. I think we got to join her. Awesome. Yeah! I think the starting lineup, if I had to pick a starting lineup, I'm hoping Zach Collins could be a starter, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I don't know. We have so many players that are samey. Do you know what I mean? They're just like they're good with potential, but they haven't reached their potential yet. Like when you look at the Mavs, look at Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. They're going to start no matter what. Like you have 2 guys that are all-stars. We don't have any all-stars right now. DeJounte Murray's locked in as a starter. Yak is probably locked in. Kellen's probably locked in. But when you look at our roster, it's like we have a lot of guys that, kind of interchangeable. Lonnie Walker, Devin Vassell. I mean, yes, Devin's a better defensive player. But, we have the guys that are just – we have a ton of guys that right now are in the 10 to 15 points per game range. A ton of guys. We need guys to step up. We need somebody to take over and be the 20-point per game guy. I know balanced scoring, when you look, you're like, wow, 7 players, double digits, that's great. But, yeah, which one of those guys is going to take over the game in the fourth quarter? Nobody has yet. Waiting for somebody to step up. I think having Lonnie and Devin on the floor together is something to explore. They've looked good together, Nate. They have. They should be the primary options off the bench. I know. I don't want to drop to 1-4, Edgar. I do not. What's the Mavs record? 2-1, 2-2? Somebody drop down the chat. Yaga was locked for now. Yes, again, exactly. Robert, Mavs fan, thank you for stopping in. And that's going to be a Spurs turnover. Lonnie lost it out of play. 6:43 left in the game in the fourth quarter. 2-1, so the Mavs are trying to get to 3-1. I do not want to be 1-4 in the Western Conference. Oh my gosh. And we have the Bucks Saturday. We could easily drop to 1-5. Doncic in the paint and a monster dunk by Dwight Powell. The Spurs now down by 6. And this is where we need that player that's going to take over the game. Doesn't need to be running ISOs while the rest of the team stands around, but we need somebody to carry the load. Bryn Forbes is actually back in. Pop trying to get some offense. They try to get to Keldon. A terrible pass. He bounces it off one of the Mavs players, and it's going to stay with the Spurs. 6:12 to go. Dorian Finney-Smith does not like the call. He was the player that took the ball off his body. Not tanking, just definitely not tanking. They're saying Keldon went out of bounds. I don't think he did. I think that was a nice play. Looks like he just missed stepping on the line. Lonnie Walker drives into the paint. We'll get it out to Bryn Forbes, excuse me. Forbes drives back out to DeJounte, thinks about the baseline three, pulls up for a short jumper. It's good, and we're going to have a shot clock violation. Shot didn't count. Josh Primo seems like he could be a player that could take over games, but not at 18. They're not going to let him. He's not going to get the opportunity yet. We need Tim Duncan. DeRozan went to the Chicago Bulls. We got a bunch of draft picks and Thaddeus Young, who's not playing, and Al-Farouq Aminu, who's not even on the team anymore. It was just a salary cap dump. Doncic would have pulled up in the paint, and this is getting ugly with 5:44 to go. Excuse me. Keldon into the paint, misses, gets his own miss, whips it out to Bryn Forbes. Forbes takes off, pull-up jumper is no good. Andrea, good evening. The Spurs are in a rebuild. Having DeMar DeRozan here was no longer... I mean, they had him the last 2 years, and they finished under 500 and missed the playoffs. It just was not... They needed to rebuild. Doncic going one-on-one with Jakob Poeltl. Step back three. 5 minutes to go. It's a double-digit lead. Five minutes, Breezy. I'm in shock right now. We are up by 20 in the first quarter. We're now down by 11 in the fourth. Keldon with the Euro step in the paint. Throws it up off the glass. It's good. It's not how you start. It's how you finish. I like to see DeMar in the Eastern Conference Finals. I would love to see Chicago in there. I actually would call that. I would be rooting for DeMar. That's a miss on the other end. It's Spurs ball. Let me pay attention to the game. Lonnie Walker takes it into the paint. All alone. Thunder! Dunk of justice as the Dallas defense. There was a foul before that. I was wondering, like, that was like the Red Sea right there. I'm like, man, he's got like 10 feet around him. A foul before the huge Lonnie dunk. So, no Thunder dunk of justice. 20-point lead to a 9-point deficit. Yep. Spurs ball, 4.5 minutes to go. Plenty of time, but dang. We got 200 thumbs up. Thank you very much, by the way, crowd. Devin Vassell will start to take off. Pull-up jumper is good. The Spurs need to absolutely stop Dallas on defense right now. Nets versus Bulls ECF. I would love that, Belangu. To watch two former Spurs against a former Spur, I would love every minute of that. Tomorrow against Patty Mills in LA. Luka Doncic launches another long three. And now he's got his tongue wagging, and he is playing with a bunch of confidence. Jakob Poeltl after the give and go in the paint with the layup. We can't exchange buckets right now. 3:52 left. 3:52. Under 4 minutes. 3:45 to be exact. Doncic into the paint, and a whistle before he gets there. Luka just killing us now. Luka is a monster. He is. I mean, he's one of the best players in the NBA. JC, they can win, but that window of opportunity to win this game is slowly closing. There's a turnover on the Mavs. Keldon with the ball in the paint. Passes it out to Jakob. Jakob back to Devin Vassell. Interesting lineup by Pop. Devin, DeJounte, White, Keldon, and Jakob. Back to DeJounte. DeJounte starts to drive into the paint. Gets it back to Yak. Yak with a long jumper by his standards. The putback's no good, and we're going to have a foul in the paint. And it's going to go against Dallas. 192 with 3:19 left. Current, this might be a long season. I hope not. And Son of Scar, we were very lucky for 2 decades. But yeah, the struggle's been real recently. I was surprised Devin didn't take that, Edgar. Luka is on Luka mode. You weren't kidding. And do we have a timeout? What's going on? No, Spurs ball. Pop going with small ball. Devin, Derek, Keldon, and I thought this might be the starting lineup with Doug. I thought Devin might get the start. Devin at small forward, Keldon at power forward, Derek and DeJounte in the backcourt, Jakob at center. They'll get into DeJounte 14 on the shot clock. DeJounte starts to take off into the paint. Almost loses his dribble, gets it back. DeJounte crossing over, long pull-up jumper is no good. That's the same shot he took against the Lakers at the end of regulation. The exact same shot, and it didn't go in. Just saying. 3 minutes to go. It is Mavs ball. And wide open in the paint is Dwight Powell. Gets blocked by Derek White. They both go down. No foul. Nice job by Derek rotating. And now a reach-in foul by Tim Hardaway Jr. Great block by Derek White. While the offense is struggling, the defense is still there. Paul, I hope you're right. I hope it won't be a long. I mean, this is going to be a fun team to watch, but if we lose a lot of games in the fourth quarter, that's going to be tough to watch. DeMar airball game winner. J Money, that I have seen that happen. Thank you, Avi. Cortez, the game's not over, but if the Spurs lose this game, it's going to sting, and we have a timeout. Being up by 20 in the first and down by 8 in the fourth, not a good feeling. Top 10 in the night blog? Absolutely. I agree 100%. Can we ban Jean? Nah, he's fine. He's not saying anything bad. I mean, people say trade all the time. Not going to ban somebody just from proposing a trade. You're good, man. Got a pretty good crowd in here tonight. Thank you all for hanging out for the Spurs and Mavericks. If you're new to TSR Sports, I cover the Spurs a whole bunch. I stream a lot of their games. I also do videos throughout the season. I do weekly recaps on Sunday mornings. So if you're a Spurs fan, you haven't hit the subscribe button, it is somewhere over here. Make sure you hit that. And if you're enjoying the stream, also hit the thumbs up. It does help the channel. Also, I do cover the Nets once in a while. They're my local team. I get the S Network, so I wanted to call a second team here and there. And watch two former Spurs, in LaMarcus Aldridge and Patty Mills. And watch one of the best players in the world in Kevin Durant. So it's like a win-win-win. That being said, the Nets are kind of bad right now. Both the teams I've been calling on this channel, the Spurs and the Nets, not playing their best basketball. You need to call a game with Bill and Sean. I wish, Francisco. That would be a dream. Good morning, joining Sean. TSR and Chuck Norris is correct. You got it. Warriors 35-18 Grizzlies. The Warriors should win that. I think Coach Pop will make a playoff-worthy team. Paul, I hope you're right. Next season, top 10 guaranteed. I hope so. Malengu, hey Rich, which player in the team do you think will be the guy to step up and make some points to pull the team out of a slump? Right now, it's looking like they're running DeJounte as that guy. I don't know if he's going to be that guy, though. I don't think Kyrie's coming back, John. I think he's going to sit out the season. To be able to play with the Brooklyn Nets, he has to get the VAX, and he has 100% said he's not going to do it. And I respect the decision, whether you agree with it or not, but he needs to stand by, what he's saying. And the Nets on the same thing need to do that too. If the Nets are playing bad, and they're like, we'll just go ahead and lift the restriction because they want to win, then that's a bad look for them. So I just don't think he's going to play this year. Don't give up on the season. Come on now. We don't have an official closer yet, no. You're not that guy, pal. I don't know what that means, Austin. No. AB, the Kyrie Irving cannot go to the Spurs. The entire Spurs team is VAX'd, and Kyrie's not doing it, so that will not work. So no way Kyrie even goes to the Spurs. Not a chance. I'm having a problem with the floor. Is there a hockey rink underneath? Do the Dallas North Stars play in this arena? Is that the hockey team, Dallas North? I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know if I'm right. I don't follow hockey. I know, Evan. I know. Not yet. The champ, they are playing better in the second half. Did I get the team right? San Antonio Rams. If you add them around, more victory column. Yeah, we're killing it. Dallas Stars. Is it just Dallas Stars, not Dallas North Stars? Paul, I'm from Connecticut. I'm from Massachusetts. I live in Connecticut. Keldon with the ball, trying to go baseline, 18 on the shot clock, so plenty of time. Forcing a shot, and it's an air ball. Goes out of play off the Mavs. That was way forced. It's not the Stars. Who won? Still have 2:44 left, but the team that scores the most points is probably going to win the game. You heard it here first. Spurs ball. We'll get into DeJounte. DeJounte will start to drive, gets into the paint. The runner is good. Maybe DeJounte heard me say he's not the guy to close out games and said, I'll show you a little something here, TSR Sports. 194. We need some stops and a run now. Santino, they can come back, but it's going to have to. It is a Dallas Stars? Okay. The San Antonio Rampage. What's going on here? You guys are messing with me in the chat. As far as I know, San Antonio does not have a hockey team. That quick pull-up jumper. Dang it. Hardaway with the jumper. DeJounte tries to pass it to Yak. Almost a turnover to get it out to Derek White. Derek starts to drive and loses the ball. It's going to be out of play off the Mavs. It'll stay with the Spurs. 1:58 left, down by 8. 6-point play. Rampage used to be a hockey team in San Antonio. I didn't know that. Knicks beat the Bulls, did they? I would not cover hockey. I'm not a fan. Derek White pull-up jumper, no good. I tried. It's not my jam. And we're in a lot of trouble now. We are in a lot of trouble. And a steal by Cullen Johnson with a full court press and a thunder dunk of justice. Or was that a half-court trap? Either way, Spurs playing a full court press now. Yeah, you need to cause more turnovers. Spurs are in the bonus. Derek White hassling Jalen Brunson. Now double team on him. And almost another steal. Kellen Johnson trying to anticipate and make another fast break dunk. Kellen guarding Luka Doncic. Good luck, man. Pick and roll with Maxi Kleber. Doncic against Jakob Poeltl. That has not worked for Jakob all night. Throws the 3 up over Jakob off the rim. No good. Jalen Brunson gets the rebound as the Spurs just don't have anybody in the paint as they're obviously just pressing right now. DeJounte on Luka Doncic. Doncic starts to drive, gets by him, goes to the paint, gets fouled hard by Devin. Going to go to the line for 2. There's only a minute 12 left. We are too small. We need a true power forward, which is why I'm hoping Zach Collins can be that guy. Kellen with a beautiful steal that they tried to duplicate it, and just, man, to be up 20 in the first quarter, I don't know what to say, my friends. Doncic's first free throw is no good. All right, well, there's that. Diego, the bench happened. The bench came in for the Spurs, and the game went. Luka Doncic's second free throw, 102.96, minute 12 left, is no good. He missed them both. Oh, I know what that feels like as a Spurs fan to have your player miss all his free throws in the fourth quarter. All too well. That happened in the Lakers game. Derek open to a wide open DeJounte for 3. Good! We got a 3-point game. 1 minute left. 3-point game. Huge shot by DeJounte Murray. Both teams in the bonus. Tim Hardaway Jr. at the half court right now. 10 on the shot clock. 48 seconds left. Gets it to Jalen Brunson. Brunson takes off. Gets it back out to Doncic. Doncic will drive. Loses the ball. That's a turnover. Spurs running fast break. And the transition defense is there for Dallas. Oh, my goodness. And now a foul. And the Spurs will shoot 2 free throws. Unless that was a timeout. We have a timeout. DeAndre Ayton's definitely an interesting one. A lot of Spurs fans are maybe wanting us to make a play for him. I don't watch him enough to know if he would fit the team, to be honest with you guys. I don't think Kellen's hurt, is he? I don't think so. I think he's okay. Last I checked, he was on the floor. Yeah, he's on the floor right now. He's okay as far as I know. IKMK what's going on? Ryan Mitchell. Alini, thank you all for stopping in. Poor Zingo. What up, your boy Rob? Thank you all for being here. If you have not hit the thumbs up, would appreciate it. Let's see if we can get up to 250 maybe tonight. We're up to 223. We got enough people to get to 250, that's for darn sure. And what a weird game. If you're just coming in, the Spurs were up by 20 in the first quarter. And then the Mavs roared back and were up by as much as 8 with 2 minutes to go. I think it was 8 with 2 minutes to go, and the Spurs are now coming back. Marlins, I'm streaming it on my Roku, so I'm going to be behind the live TV a little bit, so be careful putting anything in the chat. And then by the time the stream gets to you, it's going to be behind a little bit as well. So there's going to be a delay between YouTube and then I'm watching on my Roku, and streaming it on my Roku on NBA Pass is usually 15 seconds behind the live game. And then when you add the YouTube delay of like 5 to 10 seconds, it feels like I'm 20 to 25 seconds behind. Inbound pass to DeJounte Murray. Murray guarded by Kleber. Murray takes off into the paint. Gets it to Jakob Poeltl for a jump shot. What? Murray with the rebound. Throws it back up. No good. A Jakob Poeltl jumper. That's our play? A Jakob Poeltl jumper? A Jakob Poeltl jump shot? A Jakob Poeltl jump shot? A Jakob Poeltl jumper? That's what we're doing out of a timeout? 2 free throws for the Mavs. Reggie Bullock misses the first one. You ever see scanners? I feel like that's going to be in my head right now. It's going to explode. He makes the second free throw. It's a 4-point game, 20 seconds left. DeJounte with the ball. Gets it over to Kellen. Kellen will drive into the paint, and he's fouled and go to the line for 2. There's 12 seconds left. 11.9. I mean, I'm sorry. I like Jakob, but with the game on the line, I don't want him shooting like a 6 to 7 foot jumper. Maybe it was even closer than that, 5 feet. I don't want him shooting jumpers. Dude can't hit a free throw. Yes, he's making some finesse shots here and here throughout the season, but the game on the line, if he ain't dunking, he ain't shooting. Come on, Keldon. Come on! Make your fourth quarter free throws! Chip, what are you teaching these guys? This is... I don't want to rage on camera. Sorry. He missed it intentionally. Didn't even hit the rim. That's a turnover, right? You can't do... We're going to lose the game now. Chuck. What the Chuck? What the Chuck happened tonight? What the Chuck Norris happened tonight? The great Carlos Jeter, we need you in the game. Brian, we missed 5 or 7, I believe. We missed at least 5. 10 seconds to go, another foul, and the Mavs will have 2 free throws. This is infuriating if there's... This has got... I mean, I'm not giving up on my team. I hope they somehow come back in the last 10 seconds. But to lose a 20-point... Ow. Lose a 20-point lead. Blow a 20-point lead in the first quarter. And now you're down by 4, and you're bricking your free throws. This is just ridiculous. Robert, that's what they went with. You got to lose before you win. Well, we are doing that. No, you cannot do an you can't do an intentional miss now. Oh, I didn't know that, Zachary. I thought you could hit the rim and still do it. Yeah, that was not... Somebody should have told Kelton you can't do that. Like maybe one of the coaches. It's a 5-point game with 10 seconds to go, and the Spurs are in trouble. Joe, congratulations, you guys. Hey, props to the Mavs. They were down by 20 in the first and could have gave up. He missed the second free throw. Kelvin sprinting up the court with the ball. Takes a long 3. No good, and that's the game. Congratulations, Mavericks fans. You got us. Your team could have gave up, and they fought, and I don't know what to say about the Spurs team. Another frustrating loss. And now we play the Bucks on Saturday. We play the Bucks on Saturday, and we might start this season 1-5. Ryan, I'll give you credit. At least you got it right. There are people that say Spurs sucks, which is not proper grammar. At least you got the grammar right. Yeah, congrats, Mavs. Humble in defeat. Ready for that number 1 pick? The Spurs need 26 wins to get popped to the all-time record. If you pace it out throughout the season, if they keep playing like this, they're not going to get it. I hope they turn it around. Oh, man, I don't know what to say. You're welcome, Marias. No Blano is right. Hey, you know what? Nah, don't. No calling each other's names. It still goes Spurs go here, but what a tough loss. Uh, I don't think they're trying. I think they're just tinkering with the lineups. They're trying to figure out what they have. And let's pull up the box score real quick because I do that at the end of every game. Reggie Bullock with 7, Dorian Finney-Smith with 14, Dwight Powell with 11, Tim Hardaway Jr. with 6. Luka had a much better second half finish with 23, 3, and 5. Off the bench, Jalen Brunson killed us tonight. He finished with 19. Willie Cauley-Stein with 4. Maxi Kleber also had a good night, 12 points. And Frank Nicolina. Look at the bench for the Mavs with 6. Jalen Brunson, plus 21. Willie Cauley-Stein, plus 11. Maxi Kleber, plus 22. Frank Nicolina, plus 24. That is absolutely redonkulous. Props to the Mavericks bench. They helped you guys win tonight. Because actually the Mavs with Doncic on the floor were minus 19. Your bench was fantastic, Mavs fans. For the Spurs, Lonnie with 14, Keldon with 10. Only 4 of 14 from the field for Keldon. Jeez. Jakob finished with 14 and 13 rebounds. Derek White, 9 points, had a rough shooting night, 4 of 11. DeJounte Murray actually had a really good shooting, well, decent shooting night, 10 of 17. He took the most shots again, but had a efficient night. He finished with 23, 10, and 8. So a good night by DeJounte. Only 2 turnovers. That's not bad when you have 8 assists. Off the bench, Devin Vassell with 7, had a rough shooting night. Bryn Forbes with 15, 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. KBD gave us absolutely nothing on offense, 0 points. Drew Eubanks, 5 points and 5 boards. And Trey Jones, 2 points. The team was minus 13 with Drew Eubanks on the floor, which was the worst plus minus on the team. I like Drew, but just throwing that out there. Top 5 pick, here we come. I hope not, but it's not looking good. Detroit might be a long season, but it's still early enough to turn it around. If you have not hit the thumbs up, I would appreciate it. If you could hit this on the way out, it does help the channel. That was all I got. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Mavericks fans, for being here. Congrats on the win. Spurs fans, thank you for being here. That's all I got. Until next time, what you gonna do with TSR Sports runs wild on you. Go Spurs, go!